Well, I've said it once or twice already this month, but the intro music to a lot of these games is really kick-ass. I've sat here and listened to this one for about 2 minutes now, and it's really good. It's actually like a real full-on song. But anyway, welcome to day 20 of Fappy February, everybody. Today, we're playing something that might be a little more appropriate for the month of October, except for that it's probably more of a date sim. It's called Halloween Otome. It looks kind of interesting. This is another one of those free PC, you gotta download to play games, but it was one of the ones that was suggested, so let's go ahead and click the start button before this song kicks in. And they start singing to me again, see? There's even lyrics and stuff, dude. The song was pretty good, though. Anyway, I'm gonna click start before we get into the full song here. Oh, it's gonna keep playing anyways. Okay, so I'm gonna be a girl this time? I mean, to be fair, Funky G could mean anything. So I'm gonna go with that. Surname, actually, no. Funky. Surname G, not C. G. Do you want to play the mini games? Yes. Yes, please. If you choose not to, then the outcome of the mini games will be randomly decided. Mini games enabled? Yes, please. Yes. Okay. Next. Here we go. Radio DJ, and the winner is, drum roll please, a lucky lady by the name of Funky G. Congratulations, you just won an invite to one of the most exclusive and sought-out Halloween getaways ever. Man, am I jealous. We'll be in contact with you to sort out the details shortly, but for now, let's get back to some smooth His voice abruptly cut off as my best friend Mira switched the radio off. Oh, shit, Mira's a cutie, though. Is this... Okay, so I'm assuming this one over here on the left is me, the blondie. This blondie's probably me, and thus my cute friend Mira over here. Holy moly, hello. Can I be Mira instead? You won. You actually... I can't believe... You get to... I'm so jealous. I actually won? I never expected to win. In fact... I'd only entered the competition as a joke when I realized how much Mira wanted to go. Going on a getaway surrounded by star-studded performers and hosted by the famous actor Eric Valdemar was exactly the kind of thing a social butterfly like Mira lived for. I, on the other hand, would just feel nervous and gouch around people of that nature. Maybe you can go in my place. Were you not paying attention to the rules? The prize is non-transferable. Oh, well, if I decline, they could pick... Oh, no, you don't. If I can't go, then I sure as hell am not letting you back out. I need you to go and tell me all the details when you get back. Why don't you just, like, be me and go? Is there any proof that you're not me? Do we need an ID or something? Please, I won't ask you for anything else ever. Oh, this is... Sorry. Whatever. Anyway. Mira. Come on, you can't tell me there isn't a performer you want to meet. It's not just actors, it's singers, models, just all-around famous people. Exactly. What if I make a fool of myself? I'll stick out like a sore thumb. Everyone's gonna be in costume for the entire 2 weeks. They won't know you're not one of them. Besides, even if you mess up, it's not like they'll ever find out who you are. Well, I guess I do have a few weeks of vacation time stored up, but... Think about the type of food a fancy event like this will have. If there's good food, I'm there. I'm in. Yes. Thank you so much. I'll love you forever. Please love me forever. There's just one problem. What am I going to wear? Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I mean, that's not too bad. Going in there like a fucking archer? I'm down. I looked around at all the magnificently costumed guests and couldn't help but feel out of place. My own costume, that of an elven archer, minus the elf ears, certainly wasn't cheap, but it made me feel like a little kid playing dress-up. I was too nervous to actually go up to anyone, so no one paid me any attention as I leaned against the wall. Mira's gonna be very disappointed if the rest of the getaway is like this. I was contemplating trying to start a conversation when the lights went out. A murmur went through the hall. I could hear people shuffling, but I stayed where I was. There was less chance of being knocked over with a wall at my back, after all. It wasn't long before the lights flared to life once again, and everyone looked towards the staircase. It seemed that our host had finally decided to put in an appearance. What a chibi-looking motherfucker, at least in this graphical light. Here he is. That looks more like him. Good evening, and welcome to this year's spooktacular event. A collective groan rose from the crowd, but he continued without paying it any heed. I know that many of you have attended this event in previous years, but for the sake of the newcomers, I will explain the rules. Rules? Why do we need rules? Well, apart from common sense ones. As always, we have a little game to make these 2 weeks much more fun. A few years ago, it was a murder mystery, and I think last year's contest was to see who could correctly guess the most people's identities. This year we decided to spice it up a bit. You will be split into groups of 4 and given tasks to complete. Then you'll be given points depending on if and how you complete them. The team with the most points wins. The crowd was silent. No enthusiasm? What do we win? The honor of being this year's champions. Another collective groan. This guy's a lot less cool than I thought he'd be. I kid. We do have amazing prizes, but those are the surprise. The mansion has been remodeled to suit the Halloween feel and cater to the tasks. There are also secret passages, but those are mostly for the servants to get around swiftly. If you enter them and get lost, it could be days before we find you, so please don't. To add to the fun, it is mandatory that you perfect your identity until Halloween is over. It's so much more interesting interacting with people who don't know who you are. At least I don't have to worry about anyone finding out that I'm a nobody. I think that's it. How are we gonna be put into groups? Do we decide? Oh, I totally forgot about that. The teams have already been randomly selected. When you return to your rooms tonight, you should find a dossier with all the details you need about your team. Any other questions? The Phantom? Really? Well, I've already done so many iconic roles that it's only fitting I be the other Eric at least once. Well, I think that wraps up my formalities, so mingle. The lights cut out once again on his very last word before returning a few moments later. Drama queen! Well, he is. Shut up! Oh, man. I fucked up. This should be the guy. Well, fuck it. The Phantom gets a different voice if he starts talking again. Vampire dude, he gets the voice that I was just doing. And what is such a vision of loveliness doing standing all alone? Oh shit. I beg your pardon? You're not in the mood to socialize? Not particularly. Then I guess I should leave. You don't have to. He grimaced as he glanced at his watch. I actually do, but I hope we get the chance to spend some more time together over the next 2 weeks. He shot me a brief smile before disappearing among the partygoers. Well, that was quite something. That brief encounter bolstered my courage enough that I looked around for someone else to talk to. To my left, there was a werewolf that looked like he was trying to blend in with the wall. And to my right, there was a mummy leaning disinterestedly against the wall and sipping at a glass of wine. Everyone else seemed to be already absorbed in conversation. The mummy or the werewolf, guys? I'm gonna talk to the werewolf, I think. Maybe? Yeah. Whoa. He looks interesting. I walked over to him, trying to look confident instead of nervous. Hi. He started before looking around for a second to see if I was speaking. Oh, he started. Wait. That's a little messed up, the dialogue. He started looking around for a second before. I think the before is just an accident. He started looking around before a second to see if I was speaking to someone else. Hi. You don't seem very comfortable. It's my first time here. It's quite intimidating. I don't know what to do with this guy's voice. He's a werewolf. Sorry. Always gotta kick it off with a yawn. It's like, that's how I wake up when I start doing this dialogue. What do I want to do with this guy's voice? I don't know. He's just a werewolf. Should I just throw in an ah-woo every once in a while? Like, oh, whatever. Anyway, this is mine as well, and I definitely agree about it being intimidating. Yeah. Maybe we first-timers should stick together. Maybe, but, don't we have to stick to our own groups when the game starts? There we go, we'll go with that. That sounds good. Something different. I guess we do. Still, we're bound to have some free time, right? I guess. I need to go. My manager is calling. See you later, then. Later. I watched him scurry off like a scared little rabbit. Didn't expect a famous person to be that skittish. I wonder what he does. Still have time. I might as well see if the other guy would be willing to talk to me. Whoa, this guy looks interesting. I tried to use the walk over to think of something to say to him, but before I knew it, I was in front of him with nothing worthwhile to say. Hi! Uh-oh. His eyes flicked toward me for a second before returning to stare straight in front of him. The dismissal in the act was clear, but I decided to give it one more shot. This isn't quite your scene either. This isn't going anywhere. Okay then, what riveting conversations we just had. The rest of the party was pretty uneventful, and I couldn't help but feel relieved to get to the room I'd be staying in. We had to hand our phones over to the servants before we left, so we wouldn't be able to cheat. I wasn't exactly happy about handing my phone over to a stranger, but no one else had complained, so I didn't either. I could finally take this costume off and relax. Before I could, however, I noticed that there was a file on the bed. Alright, my teammates. I hope they're nice. Oh shit. Guess who? I opened the file to the first page and let out a groan. The mummy from earlier? Mr. Bandages, huh? He's a model. Okay. His skills are keeping awkward poses, speed changing, lip reading, sharpshooting, and intimidation. Skills? Why would we... Wait. What does my page say? I flipped the pages until I found mine. Miss Archer, skills unknown. At least it's not something embarrassing. So far, it's me and Mr. Bandages. I hope the other two have a better disposition than he does. Oh, look. Surprise, surprise. That's going to be the three people we met. Anyway, I turned the pages to see that the vampire that had approached me was another of my teammates. The Count? At least he's friendly. Negotiating, speed changing, trivia, navigating, food connoisseur. Now for the moment of truth. The last member of our team is... Werewolf Man, Mr. Wolf. I heaved a sigh of relief. A shy teammate is much better than a jerky one. I wonder if we'll all be able to work together or if we're doomed to fail from the start. No point worrying about it now, though. I need to get some sleep. I had just finished putting on one of my spare costumes. They had asked us to pack spares so we wouldn't have people randomly switching costumes every day and causing confusion, when a tone played throughout the room. Good morning to all my wonderful guests! Well, I guess the mansion is big enough to warrant a PA system. I hope everyone slept well, because you're all going to need your energy. It's too early for this. The first task is about to begin. Shouldn't we at least get breakfast first? Each team has been assigned a meeting room, and everyone should be receiving a page with directions and the task objective right about now. As he said that, a sheet of paper slid under the door and into the room. Did he seriously have his staff? Good luck! Another tone signaled the end of the announcement. Might as well get this over with. Maybe then I'll go eat. I swiftly made my way to the meeting room to see Mr. Wolf already there looking around. Good morning, Mr. Wolf. Miss Archer, good morning. So any idea where the rest of our teammates are, or if we'll be getting breakfast soon? I'm starving. I'm not sure. I haven't really met them. I, have an energy bar if you want. That... Before I could finish responding, the door swung open to reveal an irate Mr. Bandages. Okay, what am I going to do with this guy? He seems like a pompous douchebag, doesn't he? Maybe we'll go with the Byakuya voice. What is this? He slammed a page onto the table. My skill sheet? Exactly, a skill sheet. Except there are no skills. It'd be just like Eric to put me in a group with useless people. Calm down, Mommy. What kind of gentleman refers to a lady as useless? The Count walked into the room, unperturbed by Mr. Bandages. What did you just call me? That is hardly important right now. You're right. What is important is this task. I refuse to lose this game of his. Again, you mean it's not like you've ever won? Oh, he said, again you mean. Owned. Anyway. And how do you know that? The previous winners were all either females, old men, or child stars. Really, it's not that hard to figure out. You're fucked. Seemingly finished with that conversation, the Count turned his attention from Mr. Bandages to me. Miss Archer, it's delightful to see you again. Likewise. I honestly wasn't expecting you to be put into a team with anyone I met yesterday. It must be fate, although I do apologize for you having to put up with Mr. Living Dead over there. I was saved from having to answer by the arrival of a waiter wheeling in a breakfast cart. Food, yes! Perfect timing. I was starting to get a bit hungry. This isn't the time for food. There's always time for food. We do need energy. You've been outvoted, Mr. Grumpy. Fine. Fine. We all sat down to eat delicious food. Sweet. Mr. Bandages didn't even wait for us to finish eating before bringing up the game again. The first task seems easy enough. It's finding and opening a door, right? Yes, but knowing Eric, it's probably not that simple. The task requires 3 people, so I'd say you're right. What happens to the 4th person? They will be taken to the goal area by the staff to wait for the others to arrive. I don't know why you're telling her this. It was written on the page with the task. I hadn't actually bothered to read more than the directions earlier. I can sit out if no one else wants to, that is. Your skills might actually be useful. It's Miss Archer who apparently has no skills, so she should sit out. Hey, I have skills. Well, what are they? I know how to drive a man crazy. That's for me to know and you to find out. I, for one, have people skills. Incorrect. Okay, yeah, I'm going with the snarky answer. Me to know and you to find out, bitch. How do you expect me to assign you tasks if I don't know what you're good for? Then you should get started on finding out, bitch. Right, well, I have neither the time nor the inclination to do so, so you'll just have to sit the game out. You keep making these directions, but no one appointed you leader. Yeah. I'm the most logical member of our team, so it's only natural. There's nothing natural about it. A leader requires people skills, which you obviously lack. Do you want to be the leader? Because that timid wolf certainly isn't going to do it. No. I didn't think so. But I say we let Miss Archer lead. What use is a leader who... All in favor? I'm not opposed. Guess I don't have a problem with it. Get fucked! You've been outvoted again. You may want to work on those people skills of yours. Fine, I'm not going to argue about this. Well, leader, how should we proceed? Do we know anything about this door we need to find? It's hidden. Oh, sorry. It's hidden and has a special lock. That's it? Pretty much. And I guess we should split up and look for... Actually, we need to choose our team first. Okay. Right, someone has to stay behind. Who's staying behind? Who is gonna stay behind? Do I leave Wolfie? Do I leave Dracula? Or do I leave Mummy Man? Well, if I have to choose, realistically, Wolfman. I mean, do I really want to just spurn Mummy Man because he's a douche? Am I really going to do that? He is kind of a douche. Huh. Yeah. You know what? Let's not take the Dracula guy. He seems pretty aloof about this whole thing, right? And Mr. Wolf might have an actual use here. So I'm gonna leave behind Dracula. I know that seems weird, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna see what happens. Let's do it. Naturally. If you're sure. Guess I'm sitting with this one out. See you guys later. The Count got up and knocked on the door. It opened to reveal the waiter from earlier. Was he standing out there the entire time? I'm sitting this one out. Miss Archer is the leader, so I guess you can give that to her. He gestured to the envelope in the waiter's hand. The waiter nodded, handed me the envelope, and then led the Count out of the room. I was wondering when the second clue would arrive. You knew there'd be another clue? With Eric, there's always another clue. So, what does it say? I opened the letter and scanned it before reading it aloud. A key that must be held, a key that must be played, a third that must be solved to continue the masquerade. That's the clue, but there's also this part that says we don't need to leave this room to find the first key. I guess we should start looking. A key that must be held, a key that must be played, a third that must be solved to continue the masquerade. Okay, so I'm guessing the first one's an actual key that we have to find. The second one's probably a piano key, and the third one is probably like I don't know, the key to like a crossword puzzle or some shit, you know, word search, some shit like that. And if I'm anywhere right on any three of these, you can high-five me later, because that's just me guessing completely. I doubt we're looking for a normal key, so keep an eye out for anything unusual. We set out examining the contents of the room, but there was one thing I couldn't help but wonder. Where are we supposed to use this key? Let's just focus on finding it first. You got it, dude. The loud banging noise had my head whipping around, but I couldn't see the cause. Oh, this is the wolf guy. Guys, I think I found it. Oh? Mr. Wolf was balanced on a chair with his hand reaching awkwardly above the shelves. He pulled his hand back a bit, visibly wincing with the effort, and the wall behind us slid open. But the moment he let go, the wall slammed back down, repeating the noise from earlier. It's a pretty awkward position, and need to be held in place to keep the door open. This seems to be dangerous. Get down from there, and let me do it. Mr. Bandages and Mr. Wolf swap positions, and Mr. Bandages attempt to use the key before letting go. How do you think you can keep it open? Or how long do you think? Wait, what? Long enough for you two to get through. I won't be able to follow though, so you better not screw this up. Good to see you have so much faith in us. Come on, Mr. Wolf. I grabbed his hand and pulled him over to the hidden door before giving Mr. Bandages the go-ahead to open it. The moment it was high enough, we darted through, not wanting to risk the door falling on us. A hallway? I don't see anything to be played here. Guess it's closer to the other end. Mr. Bandages, we're going to explore this hallway. Fine. If you need to get back, just knock. I'm not staying in this position if I don't have to. Having said that, he let the door slam shut. Mr. Wolf and I walked through the hallway until we came to a dead end with a table that had glasses filled with water on it. Laying next to the glasses was sheet music. Okay, well, it's not a piano key, but it is a music key. The key that must be played. Can you... It might take a while, but I should be able to play this tune. I have played the glass harp before, but I might be out of practice. I watched him measure out water and test the sounds produced. It took a while, but soon a hidden door started to slide open a little more with each right note. The only problem was that each wrong note sent it crashing back down. After a while, Mr. Wolf turned to me looking determined. I can open the door long enough for you to get through. Even playing the whole song won't leave it permanently open, though. I'm sorry. That's fine. That's already more than I could have done. I positioned myself in front of the door and he started playing again. The moment it was high enough, I darted under and entered the new room. This room actually had a door that wasn't hidden. Something needs to be solved. I walked up to the door, and the third clue became clear. There was a sliding puzzle on it. Oh, god damn it. Piece of cake. Well, here we go. First time we actually have to do something in the game. The goal is to recreate the original image. Click a piece to slide it into the... Why do we gotta do these damn slider puzzles? Skipping will earn you 0 points. Alright, dude, we got it. Oh, this is the puzzle right here. Okay. Wait, how do I know what the original image is? I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, the sky goes up top, and okay, I at least wish they had numbers. Alright, well, whatever. Let's see, I'm just trying to see which, like, shapes I need to get up to the top here. I think this one should probably get up here. Let's see. I need to get this one on the top left, I think, where the sun is supposed to be. Let's see here. No. Let's see. This should be here. There we go. Okay. I think I need this up here. Yeah, there we go. And then this music, though. I'm very much enjoying the music in this game. It's very good. Let's see. I want this to be here. Huh. I need this to get the fuck out of my way. Okay, I just need to get the second row going. Fuck this third row. Just get the second row correct. Alright. So, I need... which piece do I need up there? I need this one up there. I just realized I was putting the wrong piece there anyways. Okay. And then I need... this one up there? Yeah. So, how do I want to slide that? Okay, I want this one over there. Just trying to think how I do this usually. Okay, so I need this piece here. So, how do I get this one here, basically? I need to, like, rotate it around, essentially. Rotate it around. Which one do I need up there? I need this blue one. What the fuck? Okay. Huh. I pretty much see how the rest of this is gonna go. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do it. I always forget how to do these efficiently, you know? Especially with only 4 spots here. It shouldn't be that hard. Let's see. Okay. I want this. I basically have to rotate some stuff around here, like, completely. Okay. So, because that goes there, then this goes here. Okay, so that's what I want right there. Boom. Okay. Okay. I was just trying to think, like, how do I want to do this? Okay. We're good now. Okay. So now I need this one here. This one here. I need this piece over there. Okay. So let me get this back over here. Oh my god, we're so close. We're so close. Okay, so... let's see. I need this one there and this one there. Should be able to rotate it around now. I know what I need to do, but I'm trying to think like how to do it. Ugh, God. This is always where I get fucking flustered on these puzzles. I always fuck up at the end here. When I'm almost done. And now my back is starting to get all like... I'm getting distracted. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I need... Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Because then I want that to follow it, right? This. Huh. Honestly, I'd rather have these, like, switch around. Actually, boom. And done. Boom! Shakalaka, let's go! And done. The moment the last see, I can't even read right now, but with those kind of puzzles, it's like I don't see the obvious solution. I'm always trying to do it my own way, you know? And that's all I want to say. So, sometimes I don't notice the solution as quickly as I probably should. Point is, the moment the last piece slid into the different place, a different door swung open, and a man walked in. Sweet. You finished the puzzle. Your team receives 1 point for this task. Your team awaits you. Yay, we got a point. I followed him to a room where the three of them were sitting, very chibi-like. The moment he saw me, Mr. Bandages pointedly looked away. What's wrong with him? Oh, what do you mean it wasn't a 5? Was I too slow? Aw, man, I think I was too slow. He's sulking because it wasn't a 5. Which really isn't that nice. I mean, I'm sure you did your best, and that's really all we can ask for. Honestly, it could have been worse. I took a seat and turned my attention to the big screen television. So what are we watching? The other team's tasks. But those are different from what we did. Each team received a unique task. It's quite fun to watch. It's not fun, it's research. We might get some of these tasks later, not to mention that knowing how many people you need to watch out for in a competition isn't a bad thing. It can also be fun research. Uh-huh. A couple of hours later, a now familiar tone sounded. Another announcement? All teams have now finished their task, one way or another. Congratulations to those who were successful, and my condolences to those that weren't. Don't worry too much. Tomorrow is another day after all. As for today, normally I'd have everyone gather in the dining hall for dinner, but seeing as you're doing the whole team thing, we might as well stick to it. Dinner will be brought to each team's current team area, but be warned, your performance in the task determines the quality of the food. Enjoy! Lame, dude, we got a 1. Another tone signaled the end of the announcement. A waiter came in wheeling a cart stacked with an assortment of food ranging from roast chicken to salad to pudding. We earned this? If you'd done better, we could have gotten better food. Better? But this is the kind of food I like. Ignore Mr. Skeleton. He used to have 5-star meals and fails to appreciate simpler dishes. Oh, chicken. This looks delicious. Having food like this every now and again is a treat. Every now and again? I'm in a similar boat to Mommy's boy over there, in that I usually have 5-star meals, but I do find meals like this have their own charm. Two of you are really famous, aren't you? Well, you are too. This is a get-together for the rich and famous, after all. Yeah, but I'm new to all this. It's just, I feel so out of depth around people like you. We're still just people, you know. We just live in the limelight. It's part of why this masquerade is so alluring. A chance to not be you for a little while. I never thought about it like that. I, for one, like being me. I don't see what all the fuss over behaving like one of the riffraff is about. Riffraff? You call your fans riffraff? Without them, you wouldn't even be half as rich as you are. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Let me guess. You're a spoiled little rich boy who's had everything handed to him on a silver platter. Gold, actually. You're really lucky, you know? Lucky? That's one way to put it, I guess. Though I do prefer gifted. So why do you attend these if they hold no allure for you? I like winning. And yet you've never won. Yeah, get fucked, Mr. Bandages. Well, there's always this year. With this team, Hey, don't sell us short. Still just the first day. We can definitely take the lead. I look forward to seeing that happen if we can manage it. I, for one, have complete faith in our leader. She's level-headed and rational. Right, Mr. Wolf? Right. It's you, Mr. Brainless, who needs to show us what you're capable of. You're on. Honestly, watching them in that moment, I couldn't help but feel that we could make a great team. Alright, team morale is high. When I woke up the next day, the first thing I did after getting ready for the day was check for a note under the door. I found no note, but the sound of the fire alarm stopped me from thinking too much about it. Instead, I pulled open the door and rushed out into the hall and made my way outside. From the looks of it, everyone else had done the same, had the same idea. Glancing around, I saw Mr. Bandages standing to the side, away from the pandemonium caused by the other guests rushing out onto the lawn. A few seconds later, I saw Mr. Wolf trying to get through the crowd, but failing. I kept looking around to try and locate the Count, but to no avail. What should I do? Who am I helping? Who am I helping? Well, I've already kind of spurned the Count, so let's look for him. Started to walk around while scanning the faces of everyone in the crowd. Maybe I missed him? He wouldn't still be in there after the fire alarm sounded, would he? Maybe he overslept. But who could sleep through a fire alarm? I was so deep in thought that a hand on my shoulder had me jumping in fright. I didn't mean to startle you. Where the hell were you? Looking for the rest of you. Well, Mr. Bandages was easy enough to find, but you're short enough that finding you in a crowd. I was looking for you. I guess we kept missing each other then. I guess so. Well, now that we found each other, we should probably meet up with the others, even if I'd rather have you to myself for just a little longer. You're right. The others might be worried. Well, Mr. Wolf might be worried. Yeah. We made our way to where Mr. Wolf and Mr. Bandages were standing. Eric's got us all out here. The least he can do is tell us why. You noticed it too, then. What are the two of you talking about? Isn't there a fire or something? If it was a real fire, the sprinkler system would have kicked in, and the help would have also be out here tending to the guests or trying to control the situation. Eric doesn't skimp on safety precautions. So this was planned. Seems like it. Wasn't that a bit much? Couldn't he have just used the PA system to tell us to assemble on the lawn? You'll find that our host has a flair for the dramatic, even in the most inappropriate situations. Well, it does make life fun. Is that Mr. Valdemar up there on the roof? What? We all looked to the roof to see someone in a phantom costume standing on the roof. There's that dramatic flair I was talking about. I thank you all for gathering out here this fine morning. I hope that you slept well. There's nothing quite like a fire scare to get the blood pumping, but rest assured that there was no fire. Today's task will require every member of each team to work together. I hope you will enjoy it. Okay. He dropped something and disappeared in a cloud of smoke. He's not even going to tell us what the task is? Wait for it. Suddenly, a multitude of waiters pushing carts of food spewed out of the mansion. One of them made a beeline for us. Your clue, Miss Archer. He handed me an envelope before removing the covering on the food. And your breakfast. The Count, Mr. Wolf, and I all dug in with gusto. Could you at least let me read the clue first? Food now, clue later. He let out a frustrated noise before joining us in devouring the delicacies provided. Once I was satisfied, I opened the envelope to read our clue. It's only half a clue. How can you tell? It says right here that we need to find the other half. Damn, Eric. His need for 2 clues. Oh, damn Eric and his need for 2 clues, but whatever. Is it 2 clues if? Is it really 2 clues if? Yes. Are you going to read it out, or are you just going to stand here all day? Keep your bandages on. I was about to read it out. Find the troll of riddles. There you'll negotiate. Let's see if you can pass this very special gate. Troll of riddles? Eric? I don't think that's the kind of troll it means. Gross. Bridge and treasure guarding troll. Gross bridge and treasure guarding troll, then? Probably. It is a Halloween event, after all. Pity. I was hoping to get a chance to yell at him. So, any idea where this troll would be? If Eric wants to be a drama queen, which he always does, it'd be at a bridge. There's a bridge in the South Gardens. South Gardens? Does he have a North, East, and West Gardens, too? Then I guess that's our destination. I'm surprised you didn't know that. The South Gardens are far too showy for my taste. Who needs a river, a hedge maze, a greenhouse, a gazebo, and a fountain in the same place? Eric, apparently. Whoa, neat bridge. We followed the count around the outside of the mansion until a bridge and a man in a troll costume came into view. If the fact that we're the only guests here is any indication, we're the only ones with this clue. Is that a good or a bad thing? It's an Eric thing. He likes to make things complicated. Halt, mortals! What business do you have here? So this is your bridge. At least we know that you're not competent. I will not deign to speak to a female. What the? Hey, that's just rude and sexist. Do any of you males have business with me? Oh, no, you don't! Team meeting now. I grabbed him and pulled him out of earshot of the troll. Looking back, I was glad to see that the others had followed obediently. He won't speak to me, but we need to negotiate. That's what I was trying to... No, you were trying to usurp me. Ooh. What, I can't do both? You were trying to usurp me, bitch! Let me do it. I can charm the pants off... Oh, no, wait. That probably isn't the best thing to say when you were discussing a troll. I could give it a shot, but... Or you can just let me do what I was about to. Do we even know what we're negotiating for? Passage and the second clue, I'd wager. I doubt that's all. Those are the things we need, so negotiating just for them and failing seems too harsh for one of Eric's games. True. Miss Archer, who would you rather have negotiate? What happens to voting? Why does she get to... She's the leader. This is a game decision. It's her choice. Besides, you wouldn't win a vote anyway. Okay, so I have to choose like the best person for the job? Hold on. Who's good at negotiation? He's good at intimidation. He's good at negotiation. That's the one we want. We want Mr. Count to do this. Alright. Count, you're negotiating. Let's go. It is listed as one of his skills, after all. Your faith in me warms my heart. Good luck. I don't need luck. I have skill. Okay. Let's see these skills of yours in action. Don't be too envious of me. The Count went to talk to the troll and returned a few minutes later looking pleased. He'll let Miss Archer and Mr. Wolf through. Give them the second clue and walkie-talkies. So much for your skills. If you were the master negotiator you claim to be, you'd have gotten us all through. From what I found out from the troll, walkie-talkies are much more useful in the next part of the task than the number of people you have. Fine, but why him? The troll thinks he's a kid, and women and children rate low enough to the troll that he counted them as one person. One person? The troll is a troll. At least it worked in our favor. That was the wrong voice, but whatever, who cares? True, come on, Mr. Wolf, we have a task to complete. Okay. You have no idea how lucky you are, Mr. Wolf. You get to have a romantic time in the South Gardens with Miss Archer. Ignore him. Whoa, sorry. Ignore him. Just focus on the task, and remember, you'll have to deal with me if you mess up. I'll try not to. Was that really necessary, Mr. Wet Bandages? I'd rather have him worried than a blushing, stuttering mess that can't think straight. Well, we're going now. Remember, don't fail. This time when we crossed the bridge, we were met with no resistance. Take these! He handed a walkie-talkie to each of us. This way, if you get separated, you can still contact your mother. My mother? I'm not that old. Take this, too. He shoved the second clue in my hand and walked off. Rude. Yeah. Let's see what this clue says. Get up high and see below. Where you stop, you should know? This clue is shorter than the others. I guess that's why it's at half. Good point. So up high, the roof. I don't think he'd make us come outside and then try to get up on the roof, to the roof. You never know. How about I climb that tree over there before we try scaling the mansion? It certainly seems pretty high. Are you sure you... Climbing a tree is something I can definitely do. I used to do it all the time as a kid. Kinda miss it. Damn it, yawns. Then go for it. Alright. He hooked his walkie-talkie to the side of his costume and started to climb. Once he reached one of the higher branches, he stopped and looked around. After a moment, I heard a crackling sound, and his voice came over the walkie-talkie. I think I get what the clue was trying to say. Yeah? That huge hedge is in fact a huge hedge maze. From up here, I can see the way to the goal. So these walkie-talkies are so you can lead me to it? Seems like it. Alright, I'll follow your directions. I'll do my best to guide you. Oh god, okay. Goal is to reach the maze exit at the top, click a space to move on to it. Only adjacent spaces without a wall between them can be moved to. Mr. Wolf can shout out a direction you should take. You miss. Okay, so north, west, west, south, west, west, north, east, north, north. This is all pretty straightforward. We're in there, dude. When I reached the goal, there was a man waiting for me. You have successfully completed this task. Your team receives 5 points for this task. I'll lead you out. Kick ass! I guess because I did it fast. We're good. Anyway, I followed him back to the fridge. The fridge? The bridge where Mr. Wolf, Mr. Bandages, and the Count were waiting. You did it. Not bad. Your navigational skills are superb. Thanks. Please follow me to your team room. Alright. We arrived at our team room just in time for an announcement. Due to the multitudes of comments, dinner will no longer be based on score. That is all. Enjoy the rest of the day. The tone signaling the end of the message sounded. Oh, damn. That's a pity. That's a pity. I really like the idea. I wonder who complained. Hey, don't look at me. I actually thought it was a good idea. It was useful for encouraging competition. Only in those that would rather not have the lower quality food. Which was apparently a multitude. Yeah, apparently a lot of people sucked at their first task. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, I just finished putting my costume on when the tone signaling announcement played. Perfect timing. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone slept well. I hope everyone has enjoyed the task so far. There was a muffled mumbling sound that I couldn't quite make out. Yes, yes, fine. Everyone's been doing really well, so today is a special treat. It has been brought to my attention that not everyone came here to play my little game, and so today will be the first rest day. If you wish to go into town or sightsee, alert one of my staff, and they will drive you to your destination. If you choose to remain in the mansion, you will need to stay in costume, but if you go out, feel free to wear whatever you like. The staff will ensure that you are not seen leaving by any other participants. Also, your phones will be returned today and collected tonight. Have fun! I put this on for nothing? Damn it. Okay, I'll change. Retrieve my phone and go sightseeing. This is my holiday after all. Once I was ready, I opened my room door to find a man standing there with my phone in hand. Good day, Miss G. He handed me my phone, and I shoved it into my pocket to check later. I take it that you want to go out. Yes, please. Where do I want to go? The bakery, the coffee shop, or the nearest food place? I wonder who's going to be where. I'm thinking top one is Bandage Boy. The cafe with coffee and scenery would be the Count, and the bottom one would probably be Wolf Boy. I'm gonna go to wherever I think the Count's gonna be, just to see if he's actually there. So let's go with that one. Sounds like a relaxing place. I could really do with some good food and downtime before the next task. Right away, Miss G. Follow me. He led me into one of the hidden passages, and after a ridiculous amount of twists and turns, we emerged into an underground parking bay. We got into a nondescript car, and he dropped me off in front of the cafe, giving me instructions to phone him when I'm done. It was such a beautiful day that I decided to eat outside. I'd just taken a seat when a waitress came over to hand me a menu. I'll be back in a few minutes to take your order. I looked over the menu and was more than ready when the waitress returned. I'll have this and this and this, with a side of this to drink and this for dessert. Alright, it'll be ready soon. I fiddled with my phone while waiting, noting that I had a few messages from Mira and not much else. I should probably call her soon, maybe when I get back to the mansion. While I was musing over what to say to her, the waitress came over and put a plate in front of me. Wait, this isn't what I ordered. The hell is this? Oh. The hell is this? This is not what I ordered. Aw, shit, dude. I guess it must have been a mix-up. Uh-oh. I gotten up to see who got my order. Guess who? Aw, man. I thought I was going to find the Dracula dude here. Nope. Found the mummy, man. Anyway. Please calm down, sir. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Who would order all this for breakfast? Sorry, that'd be me. Our orders must have gotten swapped. I took a seat and began to eat the food I ordered. Ponytail guy? Stop staring. Eat your own food. This is my table. And my food is here. Uh-huh. Look, either eat your food or move. I'm not going to bother carrying all this to another table. Ooh, get fucked, ponytail guy. Waitress, bring my food here. Right away, sir. The waitress hurriedly brought his food to the table and before scurrying away. Must you eat like that? Like what? Like the food will run away if you don't eat it fast enough. If you're going to sit with me, at least act more dignified. It might not run away, but it'd get cold. The rest of the meal passed in silence until... A hair? It's not mine. Don't eat it. I wasn't going to eat the hair. I was going to throw it away and eat the food. Just don't do anything. Anything at all. He waved the waitress over. I was under the impression that this was a reputable cafe. It is. So reputable restaurants not only mix up orders, but serve food with hair in it. Hair, sir? Yes, hair. He pointed to my plate. Specifically that hair. Oh, I believe I was patient enough regarding the mix-up, but this I cannot abide. Call your manager. Sir, Now. The waitress hesitated for a moment before letting out a shaky breath. Right away, sir. A few moments later, she returned with a portly man in tow. What seems to be the problem, sir? Not only did your staff mix up our orders, they also served food with a hair in it. I demand compensation. Of course, sir. I'm very sorry that you've had a bad experience, sir. The waitress is a trainee, you see, and... I don't care. Are you going to do anything or not? I'll see to it that these meals are replaced, and that both the replacements and these are on the house. Naturally. I will take care of that right away. The manager went to the cafe, and the waitress cleared our plates. Yes, free food! Aw, yeah. When the waitress returned with the replacement dishes, I dug in with gusto. There's no food like free food. How much can you eat? You should be full by now. Free food is free food. Where does it all go? Shaking his head, the guy stood up. You're leaving already? You haven't even finished your food. I was already full when they brought this. Can I eat it then? He walked away without responding. I'll take that as a yes. Alright, this place is gorgeous. It really was a good idea to come here for a Wait, is that? The guy from the cafe was wandering around taking photos of the area. He certainly got the right idea. This place is beautiful enough to want to immortalize on film. This seems like a good spot to relax. Fuck yeah, it does. Look at this beach. That looks awesome. Sound of the waves, the fresh ocean air, the... Wait, him again? He was taking photos here as well. I wonder if he's on vacation like me. Or maybe he's some famous nature photographer. Nah. I went to a few other tourist spots and he seemed to show up at every one of them. He even showed up at the spot where I was waiting for the driver to pick me up and take me back to the mansion. While I waited, curiosity got the better of me. I never said I was patient and walked up to him. Are you following me? That's my line. Why would I follow you? I'm the innocent young maiden here. If you don't know, then I'm not telling you. So it's all some wacky coincidence? Seems like it. Must be fate. It was nice talking to you, but my ride just showed up. When I got home, I immediately sank into bed, only to be woken up when one of Eric's staff came to collect my phone. Damn, I completely forgot about calling Mira. Oh well. Huh, the hell? I woke up feeling well rested and content after yesterday's events. Nice pajamas. If I could eat like that every day, it would be perfect. I quickly dressed in my costume, eager to face the day. Alright, I was about to check the door for a note when another one of Eric's announcements started. Good morning, everyone! I hope you all had a wonderful time yesterday. Now it's time to get back to business. You'll be receiving the first clue shortly. Please follow the clue. That is all. Good luck. The announcement ended. That was kind of abrupt. Nevertheless, I shrugged it off when someone knocked on my door. I opened it to see a man standing outside the room. Can I help you? It is I who will help you. I am your clue. What? Please follow me to your task. Okay, what about my teammates? They have their own clues and their own tasks. Once you finish your task, you can see them. I see. What happened to breakfast and teamwork? Breakfast is waiting in the room with the Then what are we waiting for? Let's go, boy! I'm hungry. Right away, Miss Archer. I followed the man through several hallways until he finally stopped in front of a door. What kind of clue do I got this time? Or puzzle, should I say. What kind of puzzle do I have now? Also, he opened it and started to say something, but I ignored him in favor of devouring the food laid out. After a while, I noticed that it didn't quite feel the same to eat alone. Back home, Mira and I would go out for breakfast together, and I guess I just got used to company. Hey, Mr. Clue Guy, come eat with me. Miss Archer? Please, it's really good. He hesitated for a moment before joining. He seemed to be feeling somewhat awkward, so I asked him a question to try and distract him. So, tell me about this task. There's not much to say. The four of you need to finish the game in the middle of the room. Final points are determined by how well all of you did. Each of your teammates have a different game. That's about it. And there's no second clue? Pretty much. I'm today's only clue. Weird. The man just shrugged and carried on eating. At least he doesn't seem so uncomfortable now. Once I was satisfied, I stretched my limbs a bit and walked up to the game. You're going to try it now? Might as well. Good luck. Thanks. Looks like a simple repeat the sequence type game. This is gonna be easy. Ah, shit, dude. I hate Simon. Damn it. Alright, here we go. Wait, the goal is to watch the order in which the buttons light up and click buttons in the same order. There'll be 3 rounds. Click on the button to start. Okay, how do I know what... Okay, hold on, whatever. Just click. Oh, okay. Purple. Yellow. Purple. Purple. Yellow. Purple. Okay, orange, green. Green. Blue. Okay. Orange, green, green, blue. Blue, light blue, light blue. Purple, purple. Blue, light blue, light blue, purple, purple. Never seen such mastery over... Really? It was just a... Magnificent, simply magnificent. Okay then. The man clears his throat and blushes. Right. Please follow me to the waiting... Wait, wow. That was way too easy. Wait, what about the points? I can't tell you that till the others have finished. I followed him out of the room and through more passageways. There was a beeping sound that caused him to stop abruptly. Oh, your last teammate just finished. Congratulations. Your team receives 5 points. He then led me to the team room where the others were waiting. Sweet, we did it. How did they get here so fast? They must have had closer rooms, I guess. We got a 5! Yes, we did. I thought you'd be more excited. He's pouting because this task was not skill-based. What was his task? Rock, paper, scissors. Nice. Against the machine, where's the skill in... You won every round. I'd say that takes skill. You won every round? That's impressive. I might have to go up against you. I'm known for being a master at luck games. The AI was just predictable. See skill. You predicted the AI's moves. I'm done here. You're not going to watch the others do their tasks today? If they're all as silly as ours were, then all that'll accomplish is me losing brain cells. And we know you can't afford to lose any more. He left the room in a huff. It's quite early, still quite early, and he was right about having it being a waste to spend the day watching the others. I think I'm going to find somewhere to relax. What about the two of you? I guess I should go and network. My manager will be disappointed if I don't. I'm not sure, but I'll figure something out. I watched them leave and managed a whole 10 minutes before I found myself bored out of my skull. Change of scenery will probably be a good thing. Okay, I'm guessing one of them will be somewhere. Main hall, I would guess that's where the Wolfie went to go mingle. I'm gonna guess Mr. Count's going to the library. Can't be more boring than here. Maybe it'll have a book that book Mira was going on about. The Necronomicon or whatever? No, I'm just kidding. I opened the door and looked around for someone who could tell me where the library was, and sure enough, I found a passing servant. Where's the library? It's... Follow me, Miss Archer. It'll be quicker. Okay, if you're sure it's not too much trouble. Mr. Valdemar's orders are to see to the whims of our guests, within reason. Consider this one of the duties of my job. Okay, then lead the way. He led me on a circuitous path, stopping only once we reached an ornate door. We have arrived at the entrance to the library. Thanks. Think nothing of it. Aha. I pulled open the door and walked inside, only to be awed by the sheer number of books. I wonder how long it'd take to read all these. I just hope there's something here that'd be interesting to read. There's bound to be something. Walked around looking at the spines of books, trying to find one that caught my interest, when I caught sight of someone sitting in the corner and reading a book. Wait, is that... Count? Yep, called it. Miss Archer. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. He didn't even look up from the book he was reading. Is that book good? It's not the best thing I've read, but it's not horrible either. So you like reading? I like many great things. Are you okay? Why do you ask? You seem quieter, almost sad. He finally looked at me. Is that how it looks? Quiet does not necessarily equate to sad. Just look at Mr. Wolf. He's shy and you're not. I suppose so. Do you know what cheers me up when I'm sad? Food. I was gonna say chocolate, but I guess it falls under food. I've been saving this bar, but you can have it. He let out a low chuckle. Miss Arthur, if you've been saving it, then I'm not going to just take it. I can just... Please, if it'll make you feel better. All right, thank you. Don't mention it. I just hope you feel better soon. Enough about me. I assume I'm not the reason you came to the library. Yes, I was looking for a book. Any particular book? Just something interesting, or maybe something with... The Count found me a really nice book to read, and we both spent the rest of the day reading. I think I could get used to this. I jumped to my feet the moment dinner was announced, causing the Count to let out another chuckle. Thank you.
What are you thanking me?
I really enjoyed reading here with you.
I had very little to do with that.
Well, I'm glad you aren't unhappy that I came here. You aren't, are you?
Why would I be?
It just seemed like you might have wanted to be alone, and I...
Oh, that. Do not worry about it. Having you here was comforting. I definitely think it's something I could get used to.
Well then. I felt really optimistic when I woke up the next morning. Feels like today's task is going to be a good one. I was still in a good mood when Eric began his announcement. Good morning! So some people apparently take issue with not being able to skip the task without gaining points. Why would they think they'd get points for skipping? While I cannot allow someone to get the same or more points from skipping than someone who would actually complete... someone would from actually completing the task, I have come up with a compromise. Whether you make use of it or not is up to you. People have complained about the clues being too strange, so today you will have no clue. Instead, the terms of the task will be plainly outlined. Head to your team's meeting room for instructions. That is all. I wonder what's up with him. His speech deflated my spirits a bit, but I tried to shrug it off as I headed to the meeting room. Only Mr. Wolf was there when I arrived. This is like the first task meeting. Good morning, Miss Archer. Good morning, Mr. Wolf. The others seem to be taking their time. Yeah, any idea what today's task is going to be about? Not really. I mean, there was a guy here with instructions when I arrived, but he left. He said something about waiting until we were all here before returning. Guess he doesn't want to repeat himself. I guess he also doesn't want to hear me yawn! Oh my god, sorry. Fuck, I tried to get a little, in a more comfortable seating position, and then I started wanting to yawn. Holy moly. Alright. Guess so.
Right, I'm here. Sorry I'm late, but we can start. Wait, where is Mr. Bandages?
No clue. Maybe he overslept?
Maybe. I suppose there's nothing we can do about it except wait.
Someone could go and wake him up. Right after that, I said that, he stumbled into the room. Why is he looking all blue? Is he tired?
Somehow I don't think that's necessary.
Mr. Bandages, are you okay?
Fine. You look a little under the weather, and that's putting it nicely. I'm fine. Now, can we get this started?
We have to wait for the instruction guy to come back. He swayed on his feet.
Maybe you should take a seat.
Or go back to bed. This game is more important than you... The game isn't more important, rather.
Cut it out. I can do this task. I'm fine. Your definition of fine seems different from mine.
Mr. Bandages just glared at the Count. The man with the instructions chose that moment to return. Now that everyone is here, we can get this task started. Please, everyone take a seat. We all sat down, but Mr. Bandages kept glaring. Today's task is extra hard to make up for the chance to skip the game and still gain points. It's... Mr. Bandages jumped out of his seat and slammed his hands onto the table.
The what? I take it you didn't listen to this morning's announcement then. Eric added it in. Why would he even? That's just stupid. Why the hell would he...
Wow. Sorry. Doing all these voices, man. Skipping between them is killing me.
Why would he even? That's just stupid. Why the hell would he even bother with the task?
Actually...
What kind of lame-brained? Sit down and shut up. Why, you? You look like you're on the verge of passing out, and your little hissy fit isn't about to change anything. So for once, just be quiet. Honestly, you're giving me a headache.
Mr. Bandages reluctantly lowered himself back down into his seat. The man with the instructions cleared his throat nervously before continuing. There is a way to skip the task, but I doubt anyone would try it. It's a luck-based game, and losing means you forfeit not only this task's points, but yesterday's as well. There's only a 1% chance of success, and... I'll do it!
The hell you will. I'm not letting you throw away our chance to earn points. Mr. Bandages has a point. Maybe we should see what the task is before you make a decision.
Fine. The task requires the four of you to collect certain objects from around the mansion. So it's what? It's a fucking scavenger hunt or some shit? Hold on, I'm just situating myself here. Alright. Alright. That doesn't sound so bad. Estate. What? The whole estate? Oh. Okay. Yes, the servants are not allowed to speak to you during this time. This task is a time limit of 1 hour, and the rooms of the items they're located in are booby-trapped.
Someone pissed Eric off then, didn't they?
Is this task even possible to complete?
Depending on where the items are, it might be possible, but it'd take a lot of work, and I'm not sure Mr. Bandages could. I'm fine, I can do this. That's what you say, but your body seems to disagree.
Not like it matters. I'm taking the luck game. But that's a 1% chance. Are you sure you want to?
While I'd love to say go for it, I have to acknowledge that the odds are against you.
Trust me on this.
You can't be serious. This is preposterous. Be sensible.
Sometimes being sensible isn't sensible.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Look, you're in no condition to go running around the estate, and what happens if you end up needing medical help because the exertion makes your condition worse? You can't win the game if you can't even play it. Yes, right, bitch. He turned to Mr. Wolf and the Count.
You guys can't let her... I actually think she has a valid point.
Me too. I'd rather forfeit some points than risk your health.
Looks like...
Oh, sorry.
Looks like you've been outvoted.
Again. So you're really gonna go with the luck game? Yes. Don't say I didn't warn you. I won't. He pulled out a small device from his coat and placed it on the table. The machine will generate a number from 1 to 100. If you guess the right number, your team gets 5 points. Okay. What's your number? 12! The man starts the device. Nah, pick 13, dude! Wait, I don't believe it.
What? What happened?
See for yourself. He pushed the device closer to us. It chose my number! Wow, that's amazing!
Looks like we have our own Lady Luck.
So we get 5...
Oh, so we get 5 points now.
Yes, today's task is over for your team. I'll just be leaving now. The man gathered up his things and left. For a moment, we all just sat there, stunned. Then the Count broke the silence.
So how did you get sick anyway? I took a swim in the lake.
Oh.
Why would you... You fell in, didn't you?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
You probably should go back to bed now that the task is done. Stay away from the swimming until after the game is over.
Get lots of fluids and plenty of rest.
Yeah, I'm going. All being around you guys is doing is adding to my headache.
All that suspense made me hungry. Me too. Hey, wait, we didn't get breakfast. You're right.
You could probably ask one of the staff to provide something, or just get something from the pantry.
Sounds good. Where's the pantry?
I'll just show you.
Mr. Wolf and I followed the Count through the hallways until we arrived at a large set of double doors. The kitchen is through those doors. Even as he said it, he was already pushing one of them open. He went up to the nearest of the serving staff.
Could you see that to it that Mr. Bandages has breakfast sent up to his room? He seems to be unwell.
The server nodded and set about putting a breakfast tray together.
Well, Miss Archer, Mr. Wolf, I'll leave you to...
Why don't you join us? I mean, we haven't had breakfast either, so...
I'd be delighted to do so.
I wonder why Eric didn't have breakfast sent out before the task today. Maybe he forgot? How do you forget food?
Maybe he was distracted. He seems a bit different recently.
Well, he's not the only one.
I still can't believe Mr. Bandages was careless enough to fall into the lake. Those waters are freezing and he knows this.
I hope he feels better soon.
Me too. I just can't find such much amusement in wrangling up a sick man.
For all your arguing, the two of you are friends, aren't you?
He'd probably be more likely to call me a pest than a friend.
Maybe that's how he shows he cares.
That's certainly one way to look at things.
If insulting is how he shows he cares, he must really love all of us. He doesn't insult me often.
Ah, but that's because there's only guilt in insulting someone who will sit there and take it without rebuttal. No offense.
None taken. You know, he's probably really bored.
The rooms do have many...
Yeah, but he can't insult those things, or, well, he could, but I doubt it'd be very fun.
Are you suggesting we go see him so he can insult us?
No, I'm just saying that maybe he'd like some company, and it's not like we have anything left to do today. Well, I wouldn't mind checking on him.
I'll come too. He's much easier to rile up in this state.
I thought you didn't find any amusement.
I don't find much, but there's still some to be found.
Alright. Once we were done eating, we found a nearby servant to take us to Mr. Bandage's room. He gave us strange looks, but complied. Mr. Bandages was lying in bed, but very much awake when we entered his room. He immediately started glaring at us. Good choice in music, by the way.
What the hell are all of you doing in my room?
We, thought you might want company?
Kill me now. Wouldn't you like it swift and painless, or prolonged and agonizing? I don't care. You're no fun this way. Fun? I feel like my head's about to explode, and you want fun? It can't be that bad if you're still shouting. I hate you. Love you too.
Mr. Bandages needs to rest. You shouldn't be trying to get him upset.
He doesn't mind one bit. In fact, I think he's enjoying it. Go jump off a bridge. Only if you'll follow me.
I like these little chibi artworks. They're kind of funny and cute. Anyway, Mr. Bandages tried to get off the bed and attack the Count, but Mr. Wolf held him back. Count, stop! I looked on quietly from the side of the room. Watching them interact like this strangely made my heart feel warm. Alright, I just woke up when the announcement tone rang out. He's early today. Good morning, everyone! He seems cheerful this morning. I'm sure everyone enjoyed yesterday's task. What? Now, after all that running around, I'm certain you'd all like some time to rest and recuperate. Another rest day? I'm giving you not one, but 2 rest days. That's right, take today and tomorrow off. Have fun. I'm going back to bed. Spent most of the day just relaxing, but by mid-afternoon I decided that it was time to give Mira a call. I pulled out my phone. One of the servants had returned it earlier and dialed the number I knew by heart. Sure enough, it was picked up almost as soon as it began ringing. Mira, hi, it's Funky. Sorry for not Forget that. Spill. I'm practically bursting with curiosity here. Well, what do you want to know? Everything. The ceiling in my room is... Okay, not everything. The interesting things. The food is delicious. Guys, have you met any guys? Sorta. How do you sort of meet someone? Turns out the getaway is an elaborate game, and no one uses their... A game? Yep, we were split into teams of 4. Any guys on your team? 3. Lucky. Any idea who they really are? None whatsoever. Well, you never did take much interest in famous people. Maybe I can help you figure it out. Maybe. I do have somewhere to be soon, but that can wait. If you're going to have to leave, then I should probably ask about the guy I want to know about the most. Probably. Hey, do you think I look better in the red dress or the blue? Blue if you're headed to a party, red if it's a date. Thanks, you're a lifesaver. So any idea which guy? Yeah, let me know more about this Count dude. The what? That's his name. That's his game name. His costume is a vampire, so... How have you been letting him suck your blood? Really? So, do you have more to go than vampire than vampire costume? Because really, that is not a lot. He's a flirty actor. But he's an actor, so he may not be that way in public. He comes from a rich family, but seems down to earth. A lot of actors try to seem that way in front of press. He knows a lot of different things? Most people tend to learn different things. Constantly learning about one thing gets boring. He's witty, and personality-specific things may not help much identifying an actor. Any tattoos? Piercings? None I've seen. His hairstyle and color can be easily changed. He could be wearing contacts and even a wig to make his costume look more authentic. What about his height? He's taller than me. Most people are. And a lot of others. He's not really tall, but not average height either. This is going nowhere. Couldn't you find out more? It's kind of hard when everyone is trying to keep their identities a secret. Eric's pretty gung-ho about... Wait, did you call him Eric? Is there something I should know? Everyone calls him Eric. Probably because everyone's famous. You're not. They don't know that, so it'd seem weird if I didn't. True. Look, I need to run. I know I said it could wait, but he's sort of been waiting outside this entire time, so... Go enjoy yourself. Oh, I will. But I think I'll be enjoying him a bit more. What? Goodbye, Mira. Bye, Funky. Remember to make the most of it. I will. Wow, she's out there getting laid, man. Anyway, I found myself awake long after I should have been for only one reason. I was hungry. I didn't even have my emergency chocolate bar anymore, man. I guess there's only one thing to do, then. I quietly made my way out of my room and down the corridors, trying to remember the exact route the Count had taken from the team room to the kitchen. When I found the familiar double doors, I immediately pushed them open and switched on the lights. I quickly began gathering ingredients for my midnight snack. I was absorbed in the act that I didn't even hear the double doors swing open. Well, that, and they were remarkably quiet.
Are you trying to steal my food?
Uh-oh. Quickly, I quickly spun around to see Eric standing by the entrance.
No, I'm making a midnight snack. With that many ingredients, it's not a snack. It's a 5-course meal.
Okay, a midnight meal then.
I see.
What are you doing up anyway?
I couldn't sleep.
Me too. Although I can't sleep because I'm hungry. Are you hungry? I'm probably making too much anyway, so you can eat with me.
That reminds me. Edward said that you asked him to eat with you.
Wait, Edward? Edward. Edward? Who's he?
He was your clue the day before yesterday.
Oh, that Edward. Okay. Oh, him.
Yes, him. Was there any particular reason?
I don't like eating alone.
I see. In that case, I would be honored to eat you?
What? What?
My apologies. I meant eat with you.
Oh, Lord. Oh, in that case, thank you.
I think I should be thanking you. I am, after all, getting a meal out of this.
He took a seat at the counter while I prepared our meal. I was just putting on the finishing touches when he spoke again.
You look very much at home here.
I spent a lot of time in kitchens.
I can see that.
And done. I placed the plates onto the counter.
I should hire you.
You have too many servants already. Seriously, what do they do when you're not holding some grand event?
I'm a very generous employer. As long as my orders are taken care of, they can do what they wish.
That's another thing. They follow your orders to the T. I just don't know if I want to be tied down like that.
Oh, well then it's my loss.
I ignored his comment and dug in.
Well, let's see how it tastes.
He took a tentative bite before digging in with gusto.
This is really good. You could put a lot of world-famous restaurants I've dined at to shame, not to mention give my own cook a run for his money.
Now you're just teasing me.
No, I'm serious.
Ah, shucks. You didn't have to go that far, but thank you, Eric.
No, Funky. I should be thanking you for this midnight snack. After a meal this good, there's no way I'll have trouble sleeping.
You know my name?
Of course I do. It is my duty as host to be aware of all who participate in my games.
So you know I'm nothing special then?
On the contrary, I think you're quite special. Your presence has made this game interesting.
But I haven't done anything.
Then perhaps this is one of your skills.
My skills? You mean the cooking?
He let out a low chuckle. Yes, the cooking.
We both finished our meals and I put the plates in the dishwasher. Thanks for eating with me.
No, thank you. I quite enjoyed spending time with such a cute kippy.
No wonder the girls go crazy for him.
Good night, Funky.
Good night, Eric. I woke up much later than normal the next day, thanks to my midnight snack. Today's another rest day. I don't feel like going out, but I'm not in the mood to laze all day either. I'll just go check on Mr. Bandages. I asked the servant to show me the way to his room. I might have been bored, but I wasn't in the mood to get lost. I entered his room to see the Count already standing next to his bed. Mr. Bandage's eyes flicked to me and he scowled.
Not another one. Be nice. Bite me. Is that an offer? I'm cursed, aren't I? That's the only explanation.
Am I interrupting something?
Nothing important, I assure you. My rest. Both of you are interrupting my rest. Like I said, nothing important.
Mr. Wolf chose that moment to enter the room. I guess everyone else thought to check up on you too, Mr. Bandages. He let out an exaggerated groan.
Why don't you people leave me alone?
Because you shouldn't have to be alone when you're sick.
What if I want to be alone?
Mr. Wolf looked away before changing the subject. I didn't notice before, but this room is bigger than mine.
Naturally. Sorry. Naturally. It needs to fit his ego, after all.
Any response Mr. Bandages would have given was cut off by a knock at the door. That must be lunch. Mr. Wolf opened the door and a servant wheeled in a cart filled with more food than Mr. Bandages could eat, sick or not.
That is way for too much food for you to eat alone, so we'll join you. You did this, didn't you? Now, why would I do a thing like that?
The Count took a plate from the tray, placed some food on it, and handed it to a glaring Mr. Bandages. Then the Count turned to look at us.
Isn't anyone else going to eat?
Mr. Bandages would...
I don't care. This is enough for me.
Taking that as permission, we each grabbed a plate and started piling food on. We had just finished eating when the tone of an announcement played. Good day, everyone! It is I, your host. Who did he think we were expecting? People have been complaining about me making changes they wanted, mind you, so I have come to a few decisions. The next 2 days will be tasks like the original ones. There will no longer be the option of skipping them and receiving points. There will then be a rest day and 2 more tasks. The day after will be our grand masquerade ball. The winning team will be announced. Those are my terms. I promise that they won't be changed and that this problem will never come up again in this event. That is all. Thank you. The tone signaling the end of announcement playing. All right.
There, aren't you glad? No more skipping and... Don't tell me you missed what he... Oh no, I cut that, but there's nothing we can... Like hell there isn't.
Calm down, this isn't good for your health.
How do you expect me to be calm after that?
After what? Eric just laid out the rules.
He promised this problem will never come up again.
So...
Eric would never promise something like that unless he was completely sure of it. And there's only one way he could be sure it would never happen, by making it impossible.
So what you're saying is that he's not going to have any more of these events?
Exactly.
So we won't be able to come here and spend time like this next year?
Forget that. I still haven't won.
Mr. Bandages stood up and walked toward the door. Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to confront Eric. There's no way I'm just going to sit here and do nothing while he... You hurt him. His decision has been made. There is nothing we can do. Like hell there isn't.
Calm down, you're gonna...
I'm going to confront Eric and you can't stop me.
He flung open the door and walked and stalked out. Mr. Bandages, wait up! Mr. Wolf hurried after him. I guess we should help Mr. Wolf make sure Mr. Bandages doesn't overexert himself.
I'll leave that to the two of you.
You're not coming with us?
I have better things to do than watch him throw a hissy fit.
I shrugged and left the room, not wanting to lose track of Mr. Bandages and Mr. Wolf. Thankfully they didn't get far because Mr. Wolf was trying to pull Mr. Bandages back to the room. Do you know where we're going?
Of course I do.
So why have we passed that same vase twice?
It's not the same vase, it's just similar.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the same one. It's got a bit of a crack running down. Mr. Wolf cut himself off when he saw the murderous look on Mr. Bandage's face. The yawn, though. Anyway, I'm just going to go ask that servant for directions.
Don't you dare.
I ignored him and walked up to the servant. Hi, could you take us to Mr. Valdemar's room? Guests aren't allowed in his room. We won't go in. We just wanted to see where it is. Please?
Okay, follow me.
I turned back to Mr. Bandages. Now you can either come with me or keep going around in circles. Your call.
Fine.
We followed the servant through the halls until we came to an ornate door. This leads to Master Valdemar's private quarter.
Hey Eric, get out here right now.
Mr. Bandage's shout attracted the attention of another servant. Master Valdemar isn't here in there right now.
Then where the hell is he?
I'm not sure.
Then find him and bring him to me.
Maybe we should come back
No, I'm not leaving until I get a chance to tell Eric what I think about his latest announcement.
Sir, please calm down.
I will not calm down.
Really, Mr. Bandages, I'm starting to think the only reason you attend is to harass my staff. There he is. We turned to see Eric Valdemar walking towards us while tying his cape. He took his mask from his butler and put it on before turning to face us again. Now, what was it that was so important that you felt the need to shout outside my door?
What do you think you are doing?
Well, I was taking a nap in the gardens before you so rudely started shouting.
That's not what I meant, and you know it. That announcement.
Oh, that.
Yes, that. Did you really think I'd take that lying lying down. As hard as it may be for you to believe, this has nothing to do with you. The hell it doesn't. I have yet to win in any of these silly If they're so silly, then you should be glad that you won't have to suffer through another year of them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other things to do. He turned on his heel and walked away, but Mr. Bandages wouldn't have it. He strode after Eric. Don't you dare walk away from me while I'm talking to you. Mr. Wolf and I exchanged a worried look before hurrying to catch up with the two taller men. And I started yawning again because I can't help it. Damn it. Ugh, stop it. Anyway, I don't see what we still have to discuss. I've made my decision, and if you're so determined to win at least once, then you should focus on that, not me. This is your last chance after all. Eric took a turn into one of the halls, and the heads of the occupants all swerved towards us. Don't think I'm dropping this because you decided to make it public. You made it public with all your shouting. I'm simply attending to my duties as host. He began his descent down the stairs to the hall, as though this was nothing out of the ordinary. Mr. Bandages stopped at the top of the stairs, and so Mr. Wolf and I did as well. Drop this idiotic act, and just listen to me for once. Eric froze, not even halfway down the stairs. After a moment, he squared his shoulders and turned around to face Mr. Bandages. The entire hall seemed to be holding their breath in anticipation of Eric's response. When he did speak, his voice was low and controlled. You. People leaned in closer as they strained to hear what he was saying. A sudden jostle caused me to lose my balance. And I started falling. Time seemed to slow down to the point where I could see Eric's eyes widen. The next thing I knew, he was catching me in his arms. Before I could even feel an ounce of relief, I felt Eric shift. He was taking a step back to compensate for the momentum, but there was no floor behind him. His action had us both falling downwards. I closed my eyes and embraced myself, only to have them fly open when I felt my face collide with a hard object. The hell? Eric's face! For a moment, I was too shocked to even realize we had stopped falling. The hell even happened? What the hell is this music? Anyway, Eric didn't seem to have the same problem, though, as he turned his head to face our savior, his butler. Impeccable timing as always. Do be careful, Mr. Valimar. Eric looked down at me questioningly. Are you okay, Miss Archer? Apart from the pain in the jaw? Yeah. I am terribly sorry about that. The sound of people murmuring brought our attention to the fact his arms were still loosely wrapped around me. I took a step backwards and his arms fell away. Thank you for saving me. Think nothing of it. I wouldn't be much of a host if I allowed one of my guests to be harmed when I could stop it. His butler whispered something to him. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have something to attend to. He looked at Mr. Bandages for a moment before leaving. The hell was that all about? How did we fall? What the fuck happened? Anyway, Mr. Wolf ran to my side, and while Mr. Bandages followed at a more sedated pace. Are you alright, Miss Archer? I'm fine. My jaw's just a bit sore, after that's all. Eric does have a thick skull. We should probably take you to the on-site doctor. There's an on-site doctor? Of course there is. Could you lead the way? Fine, I need to pick up some pain meds anyway. Mr. Wolf and I followed Mr. Bandages to the on-site doctor's office. Mr. Bandages walked straight into the office without even bothering to knock. Oh, it's you again. I came for my pain meds. Oh, and Miss Archer fell down the stairs, but Eric caught her. The doctor immediately ushered me over to a bed. I know he said Mr. Voldemort caught you, but did you hit anything? Are you experiencing any pain? Just a bit of pain in my jaw. Your jaw? Didn't you hear? He caught her with a kiss. I turned just in time to see the Count stalk and walk into the room. Kiss? How do you even know that? You weren't there. Wasn't I? I must say, if I knew you and Eric were going to cause a scene, I probably would have gone somewhere.
Eric? Eric?
Still, I got to experience quite a spectacle.
The women next to me were quite scary. It was a huge scene.
What do you expect when our leader just throws herself at Eric? People throwing themselves at him is quite common, but none have been quite so bold as to risk their life for a kiss.
Bold?
Shameless. So forward.
I see. Hey!
We should be careful or soon we'll get an armful of her, too. Don't even think of trying... Oh, sorry. Don't even think of trying it with me. I'll just let you fall.
I didn't do it on purpose. I may as well have just hit the floor anyway. His head was certainly hard enough.
Eric does have a ridiculously hard skull. That's right. You'd know from experience. Well, I'd be more worried about Mr. Wolf over here. True. We may have to keep an eye out and protect his chastity.
I said that wasn't it. Now calm down, all of you. I still need to check up on my patient. Please refrain from riling her up no matter what the circumstances. Worry about Mr. Wolf's chastity later. The others ignored his advice and continued to joke for the rest of the checkup at my expense. When I woke up the next day, the first thing I noticed was a lack of pain in my jaw. Yes! I just finished getting ready when the tone for the announcement rang out. Good morning! I know some people are still abuzz over yesterday's events, but I ask that everyone put that aside to focus on today's task. I think everyone will enjoy, if not the task, then the scenery of today's events. That's right, today's tasks are all outdoor tasks. One of my staff will lead you to your team's starting point. That's all. Good luck. Outdoors? Sounds like fun. Opened my door to see a man waiting outside. Alright.
If you'll follow me, we can go to where your teammates are waiting. Yes.
I followed him through the doors and out of the mansion. A blast of cold air had me wrapping my arms around myself. It snowed last night? It would seem that way, wouldn't it? He led me to where Mr. Wolf, Mr. Bandages, and Mr. Count, or the Count, were already assembled. The man pulled an envelope from his coat pocket and handed it to me. This is your clue. Breakfast should be along shortly. Having said that, he bowed and left. It wasn't even a minute before another man was wheeling breakfast cart toward us. Are you feeling better? Yep, 100%. It's a good thing, too. Eating with a sore jaw is not very fun. Yeah.
What's the clue say?
We'll get to that after we eat. The food won't stay hot for long in this weather.
The sooner we get it done, the sooner we can get back inside where it's warm.
Food first.
Fine.
Once we finished eating, I opened the envelope and pulled out the clue. A gust of wind almost ripped it up from my hands, but I held on. This wind is really strong.
The clue?
Right. It says, find one standing tall and still, find another of same face, and realize that nothing is identical. Find one tall and standing still, find another of same face, and realize that nothing is identical. Huh. Okay. There's also this map.
Let me see that.
He snatched it out of my hand. The Count snatched it back.
With all due respect, I don't trust you with our only map. My navigational skill will probably be far more helpful.
Can I see it?
Of course.
The Count handed it over easily.
You trust him with it and not me? Yes. Why, you?
How about I decide who should keep the map? I am the leader, after all.
That's a splendid idea.
Yeah, you should decide. He handed the map back to me. I think... I sneezed, stopping me from voicing my decision. It's freezing out here.
Oh, jump into my arms and I'll warm you up. Don't be foolish.
Oh, sorry.
Don't be foolish. We can't have you sticking to someone throughout the game just because you're cold. It'll slow us down.
Well, we can't just leave her to freeze. Yeah, I'd offer to trade costumes, but...
I know. Here, Mr. Arthur, you can use my cape.
Oh. He quickly removed his cape and helped me put it on.
Let's just get on with the game. Is that jealousy I detect? What do I have to be jealous of?
Well, for one thing, you're still freezing.
I've had to put up with worse than this for on-location shoots. Let's just get this over with already.
Right. Miss Archer, you were going to say who should keep the map. Right. Okay, who has the good navigation? I know he does, but does everybody have that? He does not. Neither does he. Well, then I'm giving it to the guy that has the best navigation skills. There's no question. Here, Count, you have it.
Thank you for placing your faith in me. I won't let you down.
The Count looked at the map for a moment before setting off at a sedated pace. We had no choice but to follow him.
It looks like there's something located close to here. If we follow the creek, we should get to it with no problems.
Mr. Bandages, rather, looked over at the Count's shoulder at the map.
Are you sure that's a creek? Yes. Please don't try to make an impromptu swim in it. Take an impromptu swim in it. I don't think the doctor would be very happy if you had a relapse.
We all followed the Count until we reached a small creek.
He even froze the creek.
He? You mean Eric?
You didn't honestly think this was natural, did you?
Oh, sorry. This is Bandages talking. Man, this voice switching, man. It's worse than freaking Danganronpa right now. Alright, anyway.
You didn't honestly think this was natural, did you? Even the trees are stripped of their leaves, and they were fine before.
So this cold and snow is all artificial? Why would he do that and then give us an outdoor task?
Everything is so pretty covered in snow, isn't it? It looks so much cleaner, pure even.
I guess so.
Let's just keep moving. Artificial cold is still cold.
We trekked on and found ourselves faced with a white statue of Kippy? Kippy again? Kippy? Again? Yeah, the sliding puzzle from the first task was of Kippy.
Well, Eric does have ties to keep her ink.
And Kippy is cute.
He's pretty cute.
Find one standing tall and still. And do you think the clue refers to this statue?
It says find another, so there's probably another statue for us to find as well. Probably. Looks like there's an inscription down here.
He dusted the snow that was covering the inscription before reading it out loud.
The twins, they stood side by side, and no one could tell them apart. And so they thought with lingering sadness, if others could not see what's inside, they would have to change that on the outside. On the outside?
Maybe it's reference to the clothes and ornaments? The normal Kippy doesn't have those. Yeah, so they changed the clothes and ornaments on the statues so people could tell them apart.
Seems like it. We'll need to find the second statue to be sure, though. So, where's this second statue?
Wait, is that... I brushed some of the snow near the inscription off and found a half-buried piece of paper. I quickly dug it out. Looks like we have another map. Count, I think it'll be safest in your hands.
But of course.
He looked at the map before walking off, leaving the rest of us to follow. It wasn't long before we reached the place marked by the map. Instead of a statue, however, there was a man standing there. Only one of you may proceed to the second statue.
And the others get to go back to the mansion?
Yes.
Then I'll sit this one out.
Okay.
Well, there's a first. Miss Archer, as our leader, I think you should be the one to go forward.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do my best.
That is all we're asking for.
Good luck.
Don't lose. Now let's get out of here.
Okay. I watched the three of them leave before following the man to the second statue. All I need to do is find the differences between this and the other one, right? This should be a piece of cake. Oh, shit. The goal is to find all the differences between this statue and the other one. Okay. Okay. Can I get okay. Am I just clicking on... I don't know what else to click on. I don't know, dude. I'm just clicking like a madman right now. What am I supposed to do? This one I'm unclear. I don't know what I'm doing. I literally don't know what I'm doing. How are you supposed to do this? I don't understand. I'm unclear. I'm unclear. I'm unclear. What am I doing right now, dude? I don't know. I'm literally just clicking like a madman right now. I don't know. I don't know! I saw them blink. Okay. I mean, I figured out if you middle click it makes the thing disappear. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I truly have no idea what I'm doing. What? I don't understand. I'm kind of getting mad because I don't know what you want me to do. I get that I'm seeing what I can do differently, but like I see that these slippers are different and this thing on the hair was different, and that's it. But what do I do? I have no idea what I'm doing. By the way. This is very bothersome. Only because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know. This doesn't make any sense, dude. Skip it. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care, dude. I don't know what I was supposed to be doing. I'm pissed off now because I don't know what the fuck. What the actual deuce? Ugh, that was frustrating. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm not going to get it. I'd rather not stay in the cold. Alright, you've earned 0 points. Now fuck you. How about that? That was lame as shit, dude. Oh my god, I'm mad now. Anyway, I followed the man to the team room to see only Mr. Wolf and Mr. account there. You alright? A little disappointed and cold, but fine. Speaking of which, you can have your cape back, Count. I took off the cape and handed it back to the Count.
You could have kept it until you were feeling warmer.
Nah, it's fine. The mansion is much warmer than outside anyway. It really is. Where's Mr. Bandages anyway? I thought he'd be here to yell at me. He went to bed.
He really doesn't like the cold.
Well, it is perfect weather for that. Even if said weather is artificial, I think that's what I'll go and do too. Well, that was fucking lame. I'm mad right now. I mean, even if I couldn't figure out what the differences were, how the fuck was I supposed to like go through the game at all? I don't understand. What was I doing wrong? I don't understand. I clicked everywhere and it didn't even respond. Middle clicking and right clicking didn't do shit. All it did was toggle between the different things. That pissed me off, dude. Fuck that. Anyway, I woke up much earlier than the next day and found myself impatiently waiting for Eric's announcement. This is so boring. Had just started to pace when I noticed something through the window. The snow is gone. While I was looking at the now snow-free garden, a familiar tone sounded. Finally. Good morning, I think. He abruptly cut off in a muffled voice could be heard in the background. Ah, it seems everything is ready, and just in time, too. Today we'll have a tournament of sorts. A tournament? What kind? Teams will be pitted against each other in a random electronic lottery. There will be 3 rounds worth a maximum of 2 points, and a 4th round worth 4 points. The leader may only participate in the final round, and as for the others, choose wisely. Each player is only allowed to participate in a single round. One of my staff will lead you to the tournament arena. Good luck! Right on cue, someone knocked on my door. Miss Archer, I'm here to take you to the arena. He led me to where the rest of my team was waiting.
Good morning, Miss Archer.
Good morning. What do you think of today's game?
It's finally a chance to use my skills. Only if your skills are suited, you may just end up failing horribly.
Hope I don't end up holding you guys back.
I'm sure you'll do fine. You've proven yourself to be an asset previously.
A man came up to us. Miss Archer, your team is number 7. He handed its badges with the number 7 on them before leaving to tell the other teams what their numbers were.
Lucky number 7. Nice.
Eric's announcement tone blared out of the loudspeakers, causing everyone to turn to the elevated stage where he could be seen. Welcome! Now that everyone has arrived and received their team numbers, we can get this show started. Please draw your attention to the electronic board. Teams will be randomly paired up to face each other in the different activities, which will also be randomly decided. The servants will direct you to each activity as we relay the rules to you. I believe that's all. Good luck! We all looked at the board in anticipation, watching as it first paired up teams and then slowly began to output game names. Splatter? What kind of game is that?
I'm not sure, but I'm glad it's still not I'm still glad it's not ours. Noggy Run? Pity we didn't get that. It sounds like it'd be right up Mr. Wolf's alley.
Oh, there's our number. We got statues. How do you play statues? Are we supposed to sculpt them or something? No. When did he get here? Please follow me to the game area so I can explain the rules to both teams. We followed them to a small area where the other team was already assembled. The rules are simple. One person from each team must balance a ball on their head without it falling off, and without the use of any other body parts to keep it there. Now if each team can choose their player, we can start. Okay, who's good at, like, balancing or something? Anybody? Speed changing, reading music, playing, dancing, writing. Formal Boy Scout. This guy might be the answer because he can dance and all that shit. Sharpshooting, intimidation, keeping awkward poses. Actually, this could be him. Yeah, that could be him. Yeah, that might be him, actually. Yeah, we might make Mummy do it. Anyway, I turn to my teammates. So who's up for this?
Let me do it. For once, this actually seems like something he can do.
Well, balancing might be okay. Miss Archer, the other team has already made their selection. If your team could hurry it up. Yep, you got this, Bandage Boy.
Right, this one's in the bag. For once, I agree.
Good luck, Mr. Bandages.
I don't need luck.
We watched as Mr. Bandages and the other team's representative took their positions with the ball balanced on their heads. The remaining members of each team are free to try and distract those participating as long as no actual physical contact is involved.
Sounds fun.
Is that really fair, though? I mean, I'm sure Mr. Bandages can win without Look, Mr. Bandages, your boyfriend has so much faith in you. Oh, God. What?
You've got it wrong. He's not my boyfriend. Although, if you really want to play games, why don't we show you a real workout after this event is done?
My Bandages just pointedly ignored the conversation and stood straight and tall. His opponent, on the other hand, was wobbling back and forth in an effort to keep the ball on his head. One of the other team's members turned to me with a leer on his face. Hey, cutie, how about you and I go and have some fun later? Sorry, but I'll pass. Oh, I see how it is. You're playing all three of them at once, aren't you? Still, why don't you ditch these losers and let a real man... Keep talking and I'll rip your balls off and shove them down your throat, bitch. Whoa, dude. I turned when I heard the thump of one of the balls hitting the ground. The other team's representative was cringing and had his hands in front of his crotch protectively. The winner of this game is Team Number 7. Congratulations, Team Number 7. You received 2 points. I turned to Mr. Bandages, who still looked completely unconcerned about the ball perched precariously on his head. He was looking at the other team with a smirk on his face.
That was too easy.
Alright. We made our way back to the main area and waited for the other teams to finish their first round so round 2 could start.
I'm going to get something to drink. I'll be back soon. Make sure you're back before round 2, or we'll leave without you.
The Count nodded before leaving. Was that really necessary?
Round 1 looks like it's winding to a close, so I'd say it was.
We watched as the board slowly filled up with the results of round 1 as each match was completed. There were only a handful of outstanding results when the Count made his way back to us.
Did I miss anything? Nothing important.
Eric's announcement tone played just as the last results slotted into place. And that's the end of round 1. Congratulations to the teams that won this round, but remember, this is only the beginning. Round 2 follows the same procedure as last time. Remember that the player chosen for the previous round cannot be chosen for this one. That is all. Good luck. We watched as the screen matched the team numbers again.
Team 14. Isn't that made up of exercise nuts? I wouldn't call them that. Still, going up against them in a physical challenge might put us at a disadvantage. What's our activity called?
Armed Forces. This doesn't sound good. Maybe we'll luck out and the Armed Forces things means like some sort of tactical game? Well,
we're about to find out.
Follow me. He led us to what looked like an army-styled obstacle course where the other team was already assembled. Well, crap. The rules are simple. One person from each team must go through the obstacle course. Finishing it first results in 2 points. If you manage to come in second with less than a minute difference between you and the winner, you'll get 1 point. Anything else will result in 0. Now, if each team can choose their player, we can start. I turn on my teammates. Who wants this one? Those men look really tough, but I'd like to try.
I wouldn't mind giving it a shot, but I'm not sure how well I will do against them. But there's no harm in trying. Not me. I already done my task.
Miss Archer, have you made your decision? Well, I mean, his thing is dancing and singing and being a Boy Scout. You know, I feel like he has the best chance, honestly. Because this guy, he's not going to be able to freaking... Nah, we're picking Wolf Boy. He's best choice. Let's do this, Wolf Boy.
You're seriously going to send him up against guys twice his size? Actually, I think this is a good move. Mr. Wolf has speed and maneuverability on his side. It could give him an edge.
Exactly. Mr. Wolf doesn't need to be stronger than his opponent to finish faster. I have faith in him. I won't let you down. Please follow me, Mr. Wolf. All right. The man led Mr. Wolf to the start of the obstacle course where the other team's representative was waiting. The man pulled out a starting pistol and fired into the air. Both participants raced to the first obstacle.
I have to admit that Mr. Wolf can run. Yes, but so can his opponent. This will be close.
We watched Mr. Wolf speed through the obstacle course, hot on the heels of his opponent.
Damn it, he's falling behind.
It's not over yet. We watched as the other team's representative reached the final obstacle, a climbing rope, and started to pull himself up. A few seconds later, Mr. Wolf arrived at the same obstacle. I cheered as he cleared it effortlessly. We won! Nice!
I don't believe it.
That was like a weird mix of voices. Anyway, the winner of this game is team number 7. Congratulations, team number 7. You received 2 points. Bitchin'. Mr. Wolf made his way back toward us with a grin. You did it! The Count gave Mr. Wolf a congratulatory slap on the back.
We knew you had it in you. With the way you climbed that thing, you should have been a monkey and not a wolf.
Thanks.
You must be feeling pretty hot after running around in that thick outfit.
It is hot, but I'll be fine. I just need to take it easy for a while. Would you like to return to the mansion? It's cooler in there. But don't all the team members need to be present for the games? Well, the rules do state that all members must be present, but I can officially give you leave since you do seem to have overexerted yourself. I don't know.
You should go. It's not like you can participate in another round, and if you faint, it'll just be a distraction. Besides, you can always come back out once you're feeling cooler.
I guess you're right. See you guys later then. We watched him walk back to the mansion before making our way to the arena to wait for the 3rd round. We waited for the other teams to finish their 2nd round so round 3 could start. We watched as the board slowly filled up with the results of round 2 as each match was completed. Eric's announcement tone played just as the last result slotted into place. And that's the end of round 2! Congratulations to the teams that won this round! Round 3 follows the same procedures as the ones before it. Seeing as the leader only participates in the final round and no player may participate twice, there should only be 1 player in each team eligible for this round. Good luck to you! That is all. Enjoy! We watch as the screen match the team numbers again.
Team 17? I don't think I know them.
Well, you're not exactly the most sociable person. I was honestly surprised that you even knew Team 14.
Social?
Yes, you aren't very
No, that's the name of our task, you don't.
Oh shit. Well, that's a coincidence. Please follow me. Well then. He led us to a small area where the other team was already assembled. The rules are simple. 1 person from each team must gather certain items from other people. The quickest to gather all the items gets 2 points. If you manage to have 4 out of 5, by the time the other team finishes, you will gain 1 point. Anything else will result in 0. Now, if the players for this task will retrieve their items, item list, we can start. I turn to the Count. You're up.
And it's the perfect task, too.
He retrieved his list, scanned it, and then headed off to ask people for the items on the list. We watched as he quickly got the first item, followed by the next.
I'm impressed. Guess his skill list really isn't just for show.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this voice right now. I'm mixing up everything right now. Man. If anyone's skill list is for show, it would be yours.
Whereas yours is just plain useless.
It's not what's on the paper that counts.
The last item already. He certainly moves fast.
We watched the Count walk over to a young woman. She seemed to be getting redder at every sentence that left his mouth.
Looks like she's channeling Mr. Wolf.
I wonder if it's working, though.
I wonder what kind of an item he needs that'll get that sort of reaction.
We watched as the girl looked away shyly before reaching into a small handbag. She looked around for a moment before pulling something out and sliding it into his pocket. The Count smiled at her before turning and making a beeline for us. Do you have everything?
Yes, see, yeah.
Looks like you got a few extra things as well. Your team receives 2 points. Oh shit, extra things?
Figures, she slipped you her number.
She, the other girl, and that one guy. Nice. I wonder if I should be worried.
Don't worry, there's enough of me to go,
That's all these people are being... That's all these people are being brainwashed.
There's no brainwashing, just simple charm.
Right, well, let's get back to the arena. I can't wait to find out what my task is. Here we go. We made our way back to the arena to wait for the final round. Mr. Wolf returned just as the last results slotted into place on the board. Eric's announcement tone played. And that's the end of round 3! Congratulations to the teams that won this round! It's time for the final round. This round is for the leaders. It follows the same rules as the previous rounds, but is worth 4 points. That is all. Good luck. We watch as the screen match the team numbers again. Team 1. That team. Looks like it'll be Miss Archer against the Ice Queen. At Fix-It? That could be good. The Ice Queen isn't exactly known for her DIY skills.
Like most of the women here. And the men too.
Please follow me. He led us to a small area where the other team was already assembled. The rules are simple. The leader will both get a broken plate that they must fix. Oh, I see. Okay, and the first to finish gets 4 points. Depending on how much more time it takes the other team to finish, they can get anywhere from 3 to 0 points. Now, if the players for this task will... Oh, shit! The Ice Queen walked over to me. Oh, here we go, bitch. So you're my opponent. Yep. May the best woman win. Yep. Right, as I was saying, we can start. Okay. Goal is to put all the pieces of play in the right place. This is a time-based game, so there's no skip option. Ready, set, go. Let's go. Plate. Plate. Dude, oh my god. It's not letting me grab it. Dude, it wasn't letting me grab the pieces. That was bullshit. That was some bullshit, dude. Wouldn't let me fucking click. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. Anyway, I did win, but that was some bullshit. I got scared. The winner of this game is team number 7. Congratulations, team number 7. You receive 4 points. Team 1 gains 3 points for finishing so quickly after Miss Archer. Well, that's fine. I got 4, bitch. It seems like you're the better woman. I just have practices with fixing things. Even so, it was a good game. You earned your victory. Thanks. You almost beat me, though. Almost isn't enough. The Ice Queen went back to her teammates, and I walked over to mine. You did it!
It figures you'd be good with at menial tasks.
It just means that she's good with her hands. Ooh, shit. Now, let's get back to the arena to see how we ranked. Well, we got all the points, so yeah, we won every game.
We definitely ranked the highest.
True, but aren't you curious about whether any other teams did so as well?
Fine.
We made our way back to the arena. We watched as the results of the final match slotted into place on the board. Once the last one was in, the board changed to display the rankings.
First, like I said.
But we're not the only ones with maximum points.
True.
Just means that we can't get complacent. But if we keep this up, we can win this game.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can win. Alright, Eric's announcement tone caused everyone to stop talking and look toward our host. And that wraps up today's game. Good work, everyone. Now, I'm sure that many of you are especially grateful that tomorrow is a rest day after today's events. Make sure to get plenty of rest and relaxation because this will be the last one. That is all. Alright, woke up feeling excited to go out. Where are we going this time? Quickly got dressed before leaving my room. I see that you wish to go out today. Do you have any destination in mind? The mall. I really want to go get some shopping done before the trip is over. Right away, miss. G. He handed me my phone and waited until I'd put it away before continuing. Please follow me. He led me into one of the hidden passages, and after a ridiculous amount of twists and turns, we emerged into an underground parking bay. Blah, blah, blah. We got into a nondescript car, and he dropped me off in front of the mall, giving me instructions to phone him when I'm done. I spent a while just window shopping and mentally noting things that I or Mira would like. Miss Archer? Oh shit. I was just starting to get hungry when I heard someone call out for me. Oh, hello. I turned toward the voice to see a blue-haired young woman walking towards me. The Ice Queen? I knew it was you. Oh wow, what a coincidence. It certainly is. So what brings you here? I'm sure there are plenty of other races you could have chosen for the rest... Places you could have chosen for this rest day. I wanted to get some shopping done before the event was over. What about you? Something similar, although it doesn't hurt that I've already seen all the sights here anyway. It was at that moment that my stomach decided to remind me that I had yet to eat. I was just about to grab some food. Do you want to join me? Please call me Osiria. I'd be delighted to join you. That name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. Mira would probably know. What about Eric's What Eric doesn't know won't hurt him. Besides, by this point, I know a lot of people have figured out the identities of the more obvious celebrities. Well, in that case, I'm Funky. It's nice to formally meet you, Funky. It's nice to meet you, too. Do you know what's the best place to get something for breakfast around here? Well, I suppose that would depend on your tastes, but there is this cafe that does absolutely divine waffles and pancakes. Lead the way! A few minutes later, we were both seated in a cafe with a mound of breakfast food in front of us. You're right, these are amazing! I'm glad you like them. I more than like them. I'd love to get the recipes. I may be able to help you with that. She signaled the waiter over. No, you don't want the recipes. I do, but generally places like this won't. Let me worry about that. She handed the waiter a card. Could you please make sure that your manager gets that? Certainly. A few minutes later, a sharply dressed man made his way over to our table. Miss Joseph Sterling, if you had told us you were coming, we would have had the best table prepared for you. I am aware of that. If there is anything at all that we can do to make your time here more... There is one thing you could do. You see, my friend over here would love to get a copy of the cafe's recipes. Of course, I'll see to it right away. The manager rushed to the kitchen. You didn't have to do that. I know, but I wanted to. Honestly, if I can't use my influence to help out a friend, then what good is it? But we've only just met. True, but when it comes to people, I trust my instincts, and they say good things about you. You could get in trouble that way. Well, I haven't yet, but if it bothers you that much, you can always repay me by cooking these dishes for me one day. Of course I will! Thank you so much. A few minutes later, the manager returned with a binder that he laid on the table. That should be all of them. Thank you. Was there something else? You'll tell your father good things about us, right, Miss Joseph Sterling? I'll tell him that you've been very helpful. The manager let out a long breath. Thank you, Miss Joseph Sterling. He turned and walked back to his coffee. Coffee? His office. So what was that about? This cafe chain is one of my father's many business ventures. Lucky! You must have gotten to try out so much amazing food. She let out a giggle. Not many people care about how good the food tastes. They tend to care more about the money. But it's a food chain. Surely they want good food. That isn't what I meant. Still, I'm glad I was able to meet someone like you on this trip. We paid for the food and left the cafe. We walked around for a bit, through the different stores, and bought some things that caught our interest. We were just about to enter another store when Osiria's phone started to ring. Aren't you going to answer that? In a moment. I like this song, and he can afford to wait a few seconds. She brought the phone to her ear and accepted the call. Hello? Yes, the 57 missed calls did give me the impression that you were trying to contact me. Have you forgotten the rules of the game? We don't get to keep our phones while it's in full swing. Yes, well, if you hadn't gotten yourself kicked out all those years ago, that wouldn't be a problem. No, I haven't been accosted by anyone. No, no one has made any romantic advances towards me, willingly or otherwise. Yes, all my needs are being seen to by Eric's attentive staff.
No, you know what? I'm just going to hang up now. I have company and a very limited amount of time to actually enjoy it. I'm going to be back home in a few days. Anyway, you should take the time to go and do something fun without me. Hanging up now. And with that, she cut the call. Boyfriend? Butler. Sounds like a suffocating relationship. It usually isn't. He just gets separation anxiety. Sounds like a pet. Well, he is like a puppy, although he has a really mean bite. Still, I'll worry about him when I get back. So for now, we should enjoy ourselves. We spent the rest of the day shopping, and before we knew it, it was time to return to the mansion. Well, that was interesting. I woke up and immediately realized something was different. What happened to my room? What the? The room looks so different. Is this even the same room? My costume is here at least. I just finished changing when Eric's announcement tone played. Now maybe we'll get some answers. Instead of Eric's voice, only static could be heard. I wonder if there's something wrong with this thing. Static just kept getting louder before abruptly cutting off to be replaced with his announcement tone. So much for that. I guess I'll head to the team room? I opened the door only to freeze. What the? It's all different out here too. What happened last night? I looked around to see if there was some sort of clue or servant around, but there was no one in sight. There's usually always someone around. If I just keep looking around, I'm bound to run into someone. My mind made up, and I took off down the corridor. I had just rounded a corner when I heard someone call out to me. Miss Archer, how lovely to see you here. I looked around the corner to see the Count on the other side of the corridor. Oh hey, Count. I'd say the same, but the whole being in what looks like a dungeon thing makes it less lovely. Nonsense. I'd even go so far as to say that your presence makes this place far better than any other. I'm glad that I had the good fortune to run into an angel and not a demon. Right. Well, do you have any ideas where we are or where the others are? We're probably somewhere in the mansion, and I'd warrant a guess that the others are too. We'll probably run into them eventually. Still, I wouldn't mind spending more time alone with you. Okay. Suddenly the lights flickered before plunging us into darkness. If we had candles, this could have been romantic. You have strange ideas when it comes to romance. Oh, that was the Count talking, I guess. A few seconds later, the lights came back on. Well, that was short-lived. We should get going. We have a task to do. True. He waited until I bridged the gap between us so we could walk side by side. Maybe we should hold hands. Why? So we don't get separated. I think we can handle that without hand-holding, unless you intend to wander off. Of course not. I wouldn't part from... Sudden clatter had a startling? I'm thinking that's supposed to say startling, or startled. What was that? I am not sure, but it came from that direction. We cautiously made our way to the source of the sound. Whoa, dude. What? We both froze in shock at the scene in front of us. Well, someone has a strange taste in decor, and possibly lacks olfactory perception. Oh my god! Whoa, what? We looked to see a pale Mr. Wolf enter the corridor, closely followed by Mr. Bandages. I was wondering where the two of you were. I almost thought you got lost. Finally, some company that might actually hold it together. Well, there's someone's excited to see me. Did aliens steal his body? Oh, shit. The sound definitely came from... Oh, hello. We all turned to see Osiria enter the room, followed by two females and one male. Fancy meeting all of you here. It is certainly a pleasure to be in the presence of all your four lovely ladies. Both women behind the Ice Queen proceeded to blush and preen. The Ice Queen, however, lived up to her name and didn't even bat an eye at his remark. If we're all here to finish the same task, perhaps we should work together. That sounds... How do we know that you won't betray us in the end to claim the win for yourself?
That's not for you to decide. I was talking to your leader. I think we should team up. I look forward to working with you. Likewise. I suppose introductions are in order. I'm the Ice Queen, and these are Lady Luna. She gestured to the woman dressed as a moon goddess. Miss Angel. She gestured to the woman in full white angel costume. And Sir Knight. She gestured to the man wearing armor that showed more skin than would be safe in a proper battle. I proceeded to introduce my team to the others. You're so lucky to be in a team with 3 dependable guys. What makes you think they're dependable? They look dependable, not like our Sir Knight. Hey, I'm dependable! Mr. Bandages completely ignored what was happening as he walked through the bloodied corridor to get a closer look at the blood-stained message on the wall. Is that a message on the wall? Anyway, I cringed at the sloshing of feet over the entrails. So, why don't you go over and look at the message too?
No way, I'm not walking through that. Eric certainly outdone himself this time. For once, something in this Halloween event is more creepy than corny. Are you going to tell us what you're looking at, or just stay there and enjoy the smell? Hey, the message is a little smeared, alright, and the writing itself is really untidy. I'm trying to figure out the words out right now. He scanned the words before making a rude sound. There's nothing useful here.
What does it say, though? I'll hide something you seek.
I'll hide something something seek. Find something before I something something first. Something something last. Something fails. We shall something for all something. That is completely useless. Are you sure you're reading it right? You're welcome to try if you can think you can do better.
If you think you can do better. The Count grimaced as he walked towards the wall.
I'm going to have to throw these shoes out after this. E.T. blank blank in blank T.Y. Eternity? Not much use, were you? Well, that could be pay or play. I'm not sure if that's a smear or an L. Still not helpful. The sound of childish singing bounced off the walls, seemingly coming from everywhere at once. Oh, that's not creepy at all. Great. The lights began to flicker and I felt Mr. Wolf grab my hand. As the singing faded, the lights stopped flickering. Well, that was something. Nothing more than a cheap trick to scare us. Well, it must have worked, considering how close you are you two are to me all of a sudden. Or don't tell me you've actually fallen for me as well. You're full of yourself.
They made their way back over to us. The Count raised an eyebrow at our clasped hands, causing Mr. Wolf to hastily pull us away. Hey, Mr. Wolf, you're welcome to hold my hand. No, I'm fine.
Well, anyway, that clue was of no help. We came from that corridor and there was nothing out of the ordinary. Perhaps we should continue along the left path until we find more clues.
Yeah, probably best to leave this area as quickly as we can. Let's hope Eric's second clue makes more sense. We all headed off together, keeping a lookout for anything that might give us a hint to what we were supposed to be doing. After a few minutes of walking, the lights began flickering again.
Keep moving, it's just a trick.
As he said that, whoa, we saw a flickering blue light in the middle of the corridor. That's not a creepy looking ghost at all. Weird. Lady Luna and Miss Angel came to an abrupt stop and let out an ear-piercing scream.
What the hell? What's all this screaming about?
Mr. Bandages pushed his way to the front and the Count followed. The singing started up once again, as my eyes darted to see what had caught their attention, but I couldn't see anything with them in the way. Come on, Miss Archer. Let's see what all the fuss is about. We pushed our way between Mr. Bandages and the Count. Is that?
A child.
The child pointed at us and mouthed something silently. Does anyone know how to lip read?
Regrettably, it is not one of my skills.
Mr. Bandages?
As a matter of fact, I do.
So what's she saying?
8 little costume dolls are all in a fix. 2 fell behind, and then there were 6.
And then there were Mr. Wolf and Sir Knight? We turned to face them, but they were gone. Mr. Wolf, Sir Knight, where'd you go? If this is a joke, it isn't funny. Uh-oh. This is turning into a horror game, dude. What's happening right now, dude? The singing abruptly stopped. I spun around to see that the child had disappeared as well.
They were right behind us.
The Count started to walk down the hallway to look for them.
They can't have gone...
What is it?
It's nothing. I just stepped on something.
Make that some things? Wait, what? Make that some things. Oh. He leaned up to pick the items off the ground.
So this is interesting.
The Count walked back to show us what he found. What the hell? He held out 2 blood-covered dolls, one of Mr. Wolf and the other of Sir Knight.
I accidentally got blood on them from my shoes.
Oh, okay. Osiria reached over and pulled out a folded-up piece of paper that was sticking out from under the Mr. Wolf doll's belt.
Find me.
Me? But 2 of them were taken, unless...
Find the ghost girl.
Well, I guess that's our second clue.
I don't want to go on a ghost hunt.
Yeah, it'll be scary. Well,
You'll protect me, right, Count?
No, he'll protect me.
Ladies, there's enough of me to go around.
Mr. Bandages let out an amused noise as both of them latched onto the Count's arms, rather. Anyway.
Well, there's nothing to be done by standing around here, so we should get moving.
We continued walking until we came to a set of doors.
We should probably search this room for clues.
Allow me, my lady.
Please refrain from calling me that.
As you wish.
Miss Angel, Lady Luna, perhaps you should wait here for my return.
Lady Luna let go of his arm, but Miss Angel held on even tighter.
No, I'm going with you.
All right. Miss Angel gasped as he pushed the door open.
Interesting.
What's so interesting about all this? It's creepy.
Well, how about I show you later?
They walked into the room and the door slammed shut behind them.
No!
Damn. We grabbed the door handle and started rattling it, but the door wouldn't budge. The lights started to flicker and the ominous singing rose up once again.
We need to get that door open.
Sorry, wrong voice, but whatever. The 3 of us turned to stare expectantly at Mr. Bandages. Hey,
if they want some alone time, I'm not going to...
We glared at him threateningly.
You know what? Fine. But don't blame me if you get an eyeful of something you don't want to see.
He was about to try to knock the door down when it suddenly creaked open by itself as the singing faded. Uh-oh. We slowly made our way inside the room. The Count and Miss Angel were nowhere to be seen. We scanned the room and saw the Count's cape lying in a pool of blood with a strange lump in the middle. Lady Luna gasped and reached for Mr. Bandages, but he just shrugged her off and picked up the cape. He grimaced before tossing it aside and leaning down to pick up the items forming the lump. The original 2 dolls as well.
Oh, the original 2 dolls, as well as 2 more dolls and bloody angel wings.
Ah. He threw the wings in the direction of the cape before bringing the dolls over to us. Is there another note?
Oh, is there another note?
Mr. Bandages looked the dolls over carefully before pulling a note from under the Count's waistcoat. He unfolded it and read it aloud.
Find me, same as the last one.
Seems like we're running out of time to do so. We should take anything that looks useful so we don't need to backtrack.
I could see 2 coils of rope.
That could definitely be useful. Take it. I found some stakes over here. We could use them as weapons. Sure, take those too.
Osiria scanned the ceiling for a moment before speaking.
I want those.
What, the torture devices?
No, the carabiner hooks holding them up. Those things can be extremely useful.
I don't see how you're getting them unless you can fly.
Neil, Then I can stand on your back.
I'm not going to grovel for any of you. Your butler might have jumped at the chance, but not me.
You could try lifting her up. That should be easy enough.
I refuse. All those frills would be too annoying. I'll lift you instead. You look like you'd be the lightest.
I watched Lady Luna pout angrily, and the Ice Queen just give an indifferent shrug at his comment. Mr. Bandages put his arms around my waist before lifting me up.
For someone so small, you're pretty heavy.
I'm not heavy, you're just weak.
I'm stronger than you are.
I rolled my eyes at his words before reaching for the nearest carabiner. Shoot, it's a little out of my reach. Move a little to the left. A little more. Perfect. I quickly grabbed the carabiner.
Try to get one more.
Alright, move backwards a bit, Mr. Bandages. A little more. Got it.
Finally.
He lowered me to the ground. I handed the carabiners to the Ice Queen.
Thank you, Miss Archer. I think that's everything, so let's get going.
Alright, we left the room behind. We cautiously continued down the corridor, keeping an eye out for anything unusual.
Stay alert. It's been quiet for too long.
Lady Luna made to grab onto Mr. Bandages, but his glare stopped her.
Don't even think about it.
Mr. Bandages stopped abruptly.
Can you feel that? You mean yawn?
Yeah, I felt that. Anyway, we stopped as well, and that's when I noticed. The ground was shaking slightly. Oh no!
This is not good. We need to keep moving.
We started walking again, this time much faster than before. The shaking seemed to intensify as well, until we needed to lean against the wall just to stay upright. Uh-oh. We ran in another corner just in time to see the floor crumble away. We pulled to an abrupt stop.
Looks like this way is out of the question.
But it... I cut myself off when I noticed a figure on the other side of the chasm. Oh god. Mr. Bandages turned to glare at the little girl. Once again, the singing started up. The girl pointed towards us and started mouthing something. What's she saying? Is she taunting us?
6 little costume dolls knocking on hell's door. 2 crossed that line, and then there were 4.
Why is she talking about the Count and Miss Angel now? She took them a while ago.
She's taunting us. Well, too bad for her we can't get to the other side. It's impossible. She'll have to be happy with just the 4 of them.
I'd hardly go that far. There's a metal bar across the ceiling in the middle of the room, and we have a rope. We can just hook it to the bar and swing across.
The shaking stopped, and we could finally move away from the wall.
Are you kidding me? You want to swing across this huge chasm?
Yes.
The Ice Queen attached a carabiner to each rope. I don't think we can do this. The gap's humongous.
I'll stay here and protect her.
Osiria raised an eyebrow at him while I gaped. Since when are you chivalrous?
I'm always chivalrous.
Yeah, right.
Well, if that's what you both want, then suit yourselves. I, for one, am crossing this chasm. Miss Archer, are you with me?
Yeah.
How good is your aim?
Good enough.
Then you can do this one.
She handed me one of the ropes while keeping the other for herself. We both launched our ropes at the beam. My first attempt glanced off the beam and fell into the hole. Damn it! I quickly pulled the rope back out. I tried again. Yes! I managed to hook the carabiner to the rod. I tugged it a few times to check how secure and sturdy it was. I looked over to Osiria to see her doing the same. Mine seems like it'll hold.
Mine too. Are you ready?
Yeah. We took a few steps away from the edge before taking a running leap to pick up enough momentum to get us across. As we sailed across the chasm, the lights started flickering again. Shit! The moment my feet hit the ground on the other side, I whirled around to find Mr. Bandages and Lady Luna, only to have my fears realized. They were gone. I could just make out a lump on the other side of the chasm. Is that another doll?
It seems likely. The last ones had clues, so we should probably get this one too.
I'll go. I swung back to the other side. Just as I thought, there were dolls of Mr. Bandages and Lady Luna resting on top of the other 4 dolls. Carrying all 6 dolls like this will be really inconvenient. Oh, I know. I quickly emptied my quiver and shoved all the dolls into it. Then I swung back to the other side.
Did they have any clues?
I'm not sure. I didn't take the time to check. I pulled out the 2 newest dolls and looked them over. It didn't take me long to find a folded up note sticking out from under Mr. Bandage's bandages. I quickly pulled it free and unfolded it to find a different message from last time. Mine. She can keep him? The light seemed to dim in response to my words.
Time to get out of here.
Whoa. That's a spoopy door. We ran through the corridor and came to a large door. The Ice Queen pushed it open cautiously to reveal a room with mirrors. She took a step into it, only to have the door slam shut behind her. I tried rattling the handle, but just as I expected, it wouldn't budge. After a moment, it swung open on its own, and the Ice Queen was nowhere to be seen. I took a step inside and noticed the doll of the Ice Queen lying on the ground. The door swung shut behind me when I picked up the doll up. I looked it over, but it didn't seem to have any clues. I held the Ice Queen doll close for comfort. I walked further to into the room. After a moment, I realized something was wrong. These mirrors, they don't show my reflection. Are they really mirrors then, or just pictures? I was still staring at the mirrors when the lights dimmed again. Alright, I'm going. Started to walk again, only to catch sight of something in the mirror. I turned to try and catch a glimpse of it, but it was gone. Uh-oh. I continued walking, only to come face to face with the side of the girl in one of the mirrors. Immediately I spun around, but the girl wasn't behind me. What the hell? The girl seemed to move from mirror to mirror, almost as if showing me the way. Alright, I'm coming! I cautiously followed the trail till I saw yet another ominous-looking door. The girl now occupied every mirror and in unison pointed at the door. Do I really have to? A nearby mirror shattered, sounding deafeningly loud in the silence. I'll take that as a yes. What the fuck? Hesitantly pushed the door open. Okay, this doesn't look so bad. Looks like the witch's room or something. There's no other door, so whatever I'm supposed to do should be in this room. A quick survey of the room drew my eyes to a sheet of paper lying on the table. The spell of items lost. To find what you seek, gather these ingredients into the cauldron and stir thrice. That doesn't sound too hard. Let's see. The items are the Bringer of Light, the Keeper of Secrets, Blood of Toad, the Balance of Power, a Flask of Aqua, and Shackles of Flight. Okay, I can do this. What the? Goal is to find the following objects. Blood of Toad, Flask of Aqua, Balance of Power, Keeper of Secrets, Shackles of Flight, and Bringer of Light. Okay. The Blood of Toad? I'm just going to click on everything, I guess. Balance of Power, that's this. Keeper of Secrets. Cage. Okay, that's Shackles of Flight. What's Keeper of Secrets? Bringer of Light. This. What the hell is... Oh, the chest over there. Duh. Once all the ingredients were in the cauldron, I stirred it 3 times. It began to bubble strangely and suddenly filled the room with smoke. Just as quickly as it appeared, the smoke disappeared to reveal that one of the walls was no longer in place. Well, I've come this far. I made my way over to where the wall used to be, and stared down at the dark stairwell it had revealed. Bracing my hand against the wall, I slowly began my descent into the darkness. The moment my foot touched the last stair, lights flared to life. In the middle of the room laid a single coffin. A tomb? Oh, I see. I hesitantly made my way over to it. On closer inspection, I could make out words scrawled into the coffin. It's been cold and dark for so long. Will I never see the sun? I need to take her into the sunlight? The coffin's bolted to the ground, though. I don't want to open it, but I guess I have no choice. I took firm hold on the edge of the coffin's lid and pushed. I pointedly kept my eyes averted from the coffin's contents until I had fully removed the lid. Then I steeled myself before peering inside. A doll? Looks pretty realistic, but it's definitely a doll. I let out a relieved breath. Carrying a doll is a lot better than carrying around a rotting body or skeleton. As I lifted the surprisingly light doll into my arms, part of the wall slid away to reveal another set of stairs. I made my way to those stairs and looked up to see light at the other end. Could it be? I quickly made my way up those stairs. A few minutes later, I let out a relieved sigh as I emerged into the warm sunlight. I looked down when I felt the already light doll getting even lighter. What the? The doll had begun to crumble, and before long there was nothing but dust. Good job, Miss Archer. The curse has finally been broken. For your efforts in this endeavor, your team shall receive 1 point. What? 1 point? The hell? I looked up to see one of the servants standing by the door. Where are Mr. Wolf, Mr. Bandages, and the Count? They await you inside, if you'll follow me. I nodded and followed the man. What the fuck was that all about, man? That was weird as shit. But okay. He led me to our team room. I couldn't help but smile at the familiar sight of the three of them waiting for me there. You were great, Miss Archer.
Indeed, it was a job... Oh, sorry, that's the wrong voice, but whatever. Indeed, it was a job well done. I'm surprised that you didn't break down at some point. Master Wolf here did several, and we were just watching.
Oh god. Thanks. I don't think I would have made it this far without the Ice Queen, though. Speaking of which, where's her team?
Oh. What? They have their own team area, but I'm certain they were watching your progress as well.
Right. So the man who said how many points we got, didn't say if the Ice Queen's team got them as well. Do you guys know? Wait, what? Okay.
Unfortunately, they did. It's not like they even made it to the end. You didn't make it to the end either, Mr. Bandages. I'm going to shower. I'm not staying in these blood-covered clothes any longer than I need to. I think we could all use a shower after that.
Definitely. I hope my manager never gets any ideas about horror movies or blood. I'm going to need like 8 showers just to feel clean again. We all left the lounge and headed to our rooms. When I woke up, the first thing I did was check to make sure I was in my normal room. Nothing seemed strange. Satisfied with that, I got ready for the day's task. I had just finished getting ready when Eric's announcement tone rang out. Good morning, everyone! So, some people have been asking exactly how we changed our rooms without any of you noticing. Well, the answer is magic! What? Master Veldemar, if I may. Oh, you're still here. I thought I gave you the day off. You did, sir. I intend to take advantage of today's festivities. That's right, today's... Master Veldemar, perhaps I should explain about the room changes before we move on to that? Right, the floor is all yours. Thank you, Master. Heard the sound of someone clearing their throat. As previously mentioned, the manor has undergone extensive work. Part of that work was the addition of advanced holographic projectors provided by Keeper Tech. A single flip of a switch and the room is transformed. Whoa! In addition, we had retractable walls put in around the mansion. They are similar to roller shutters and make practically no noise. Those were used to give the impression that the rooms had changed positions. That should suffice. Oh. I watched in amazement as the room changed back to normal. I thought it was magic! Very good, sir. Now, I believe you had an announcement to finish? Today's final task. Can you believe it? Time just flew. I think this calls for a little celebration. And with that, my dear guests, is why we're having a little festival today. The aim is simple. Win as many games as you can to get more points. More importantly, though, just have fun. Enjoy. The last task. I opened my door to see a man standing there holding a box. These are for you. Please read the instructions. Once you're done, I'll take you to the festival. He handed the box to me before closing the door. What? I opened the box to find the sheet of instructions laid on top of a festival mask and a yukata. Wear me? Why are you such a big page for 2 words? I turned the page over. P.S. Don't take off the mask during today's event. Okay. I quickly changed into the yukata and festival mask before leaving my room. man nodded approvingly at my attire before leading me out of the mansion and to the entrance of the festival. Miss Archer, over here. Oh, okay. Mr. Wolf, where? Oh, I see. I looked around for a moment before I spotted someone waving. I walked over to the waving man. Okay, apparently that's Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf, how did you know it was me? He tapped the symbol on his mask. Oh, we're all wearing the same fox mask. I got you. All of our team members have the symbol. See, Mr. Bandages and Count have it. I looked to the two men standing beside him to see that they indeed have it.
Can we start now?
Oh, I see. They aren't wearing the same fox mask. They're all wearing... They have that red symbol on the forehead, though. I don't know why I didn't immediately go, those aren't the same, because they're not. In fact, his is a fox and mine's more like a kitty cat, actually. But anyway.
I don't see why not.
So, where should we go first?
Let's split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Sure. Okay, I headed for the nearest booth, which turned out to be goldfish scooping. The booth attendant handed me a bowl and a poi, and I began scooping. Slow and steady. I tried my best, but it wasn't long before the poi was completely broken. That's too bad. You don't have enough for a token. You can take this mystery box as a consolation prize, though. What's in it? Wouldn't be much of a mystery if I told you, now would it? He handed the box over to me. I opened the box and let out a burst of laughter. Tissues? Really? Are you expecting sore losers? Something like that. Played a few more games before spotting Mr. Wolf running away from some girls with a purple tiger in his arms. I saw him duck behind a booth as the girls rushed past. I waited a few moments to make sure they weren't coming back before going over to him. So what was that about? They wanted my tiger. Why couldn't they just win one for themselves? Apparently it's the only one of this color. I fail to see why that would cause that kind of reaction. They're tiger fangirls, and this is the shade his hair was in one concert. Fangirls are scary. Very. Maybe we should stick together. It might deter them. You think so? Sure. I don't think they'll try to get you to get them yours if you're already with a girl. We played a few more games before we saw the Count trying his hand at a hoops game. I'm not sure how you did it, but you missed every shot. Do you want to retry?
No, that's fine. There are plenty of other games for me to fail spectacularly at around here.
He turned around and noticed us.
Miss Archer, Mr. Wolf, how good to see the two of you. Although, is this a date? I'd hate to interrupt a date.
No, it's not a date.
Ah, then you won't mind if I take Miss Archer for a...
Not happening.
You wound me, Miss Archer. I merely wanted to enjoy your company.
You can come with us.
Not quite what I had in mind, but it'll do. So why are the two of you together anyway? I thought we split up.
We did, but Mr. Wolf ran into a little problem. I nodded in the direction of Mr. Wolf, who squeezed softly on the doll he was holding. Fangirls tried to steal my tiger.
Tiger?
He turned his head to look down at the doll.
Oh, tiger, I get it.
His shoulders shook with barely restrained mirth.
How ironic. Right, well, let's get going. I have more games to lose and you two have more games to win.
We continued going from booth to booth until we ran across a crowd milling at one of the booths. Did you see that? That guy just hit all the targets dead center. Yeah, this isn't even the first time. He's been clearing all the target games like they're nothing.
Looks like Mr. Bandages is enjoying himself.
That's not... What? I don't know why I thought that was Mr. Bandages. What the fuck?
Looks like Mr. Bandages is enjoying himself.
Mr. Bandages? He's the one the crowd is talking about?
He's the only person I know with aim like that.
Great. This is all going to go to his head.
Tell me about it.
Mr. Bandages started heading out of the crowd and towards his next conquest when he noticed us.
Why are you guys all together? I better not be the only one in the team doing all the work.
Hey, we've been winning games too.
Well, they've been winning. I've been losing spectacularly. You always lose spectacularly. True. So, have you won me anything this time? You're too late. I tossed them at some random girls. Seriously, why are all the prizes so girly? So cruel. How many hearts do you plan on breaking? A gift is nothing to scoff at. Those girls didn't look heartbroken. In fact, I'd say they looked ecstatic.
Mr. Wolf and I exchange a glance before shrugging our shoulders. Mr. Bandages turned to us.
Seeing as you have a doll, Mr. Wolf, can I assume that you weren't as useless as the other two?
Hey, I won games too.
So, it's just the count then? I guess my team this year isn't as bad as it could have been. Let's get something to eat. If I'm hungry, then our two black holes must be starved.
We all headed in the direction of the food stands. Mr. Bandages looks at everything in distaste. And Funky drinks some water.
So, is there anything here that's actually safe to eat? It's all safe. Doesn't look that way, but fine. What are all these things anyway?
There's takoyaki, yakisoba, yakitori, taiyaki, dorayaki, okonomiyaki, lots of yaki.
Why do all of these have yucky in their name? They don't even sound appetizing at all. Yoki, not yucky. We should try something. I, for one, am going to have the taiyaki. I'm in the mood for something sweet.
And I'll have the yakitori. Grilled chicken's the best. Okay.
I'll get that too, just to be safe.
Oh, hey, they even have a Doridon. I'm getting that.
What's that?
It's, well, you'll see. We all went to get our own food before heading over to the table to eat.
What the hell is that? Is that a raw headless squid? Why would you even want to eat that?
Shut up and just watch. I would have loved to see the look on his face as I poured soy sauce over the squid, but the mask was still covering most of it. His actions and words, however, completely made up for it.
Holy crap, why is it moving? Are you actually going to eat that? That is the grossest thing I've ever seen. How the hell is it even still moving? It doesn't have a head. It's actually quite pretty simple. The squid's nerve endings are still intact, and the sodium in the soy sauce causes the neurons to fire, making the muscles twitch.
That's still pretty sick. We spent the rest of our lunch discussing the best and worst foods we've ever come across. When we'd all eaten and our fill, I looked towards the others. Should we get going? We may as well stick together since we've already covered most of the games.
Fine. It might help keep the damn crowns away. I thought you've enjoyed the praise. The praise, yes. The lack of space, not so much.
We headed to a few more games before coming across the High Striker.
Hey, Count. This one looks like it might be right up your alley. No finesse or skill required, just blunt force. I may actually stand a chance at this.
The attendant handed him a large mallet. We all stood back as he swung at the target. I watched the puck rise quickly up to the tower to strike the bell with a loud ring. Congratulations, you won! You did it!
I actually won. You did?
For winning, you get this token, but you can also pick up any of these plush toys as well. Which one will it be?
The Kippy one, please.
Alright, here you go. The attendant handed him the Kippy doll and token as he took back the mallet. He looked at the doll closely.
I've always wanted a dog that looked like this. With 3 heads? Not that part. The soft, fluffy with stumpy legs part. Perhaps I should go look for one. You do realize it can't even scratch its own ears, right? Well, that's what I'm here for.
Eric's announcement tone suddenly played through the area. I hope that everyone has enjoyed this event as much as I did planning it. Still, the festival isn't over yet. Find a good spot with the view of the sky because it's almost time for fireworks.
Count, do you know any good places to watch from?
I think I do. Oh shit. The Count led us to a grassy hill in the garden. We watched as the fireworks lit up the night sky. I spent the next morning packing my bags. The next porning? Did that really just what came out of my mouth? The next morning packing? Whatever. My bags in preparation to go home. I'm gonna miss this place.
A knock at my door startled me out of my thoughts. I opened it to see a man standing there with my phone in hand. The games are over, so you can have this back. He handed me my phone. Now, if you could please hand over your tokens from yesterday's games, I can take them to be counted. Yeah, sure. I quickly grabbed the tokens from my dresser and handed them to him. So, when will the winners be announced? Tonight at the ball. Good luck, Miss G. With that, he turned on his heel and walked away. It's really over. I closed the door before glancing at my phone. 3 missed calls. I dialed the number I knew by heart and waited for the person on the other side to pick up. Funky, hey, I honestly didn't expect to hear from you right now. I mean, you'll be back home tomorrow. Mira. What's wrong? Do I need to beat someone up? I laughed at the seriousness in her voice. No, it's nothing like that. Then what is it? You sound sad. I don't like it when you're sad. I can't believe 2 weeks passed by that fast. Time does tend to do that. Still, did you at least enjoy it? I did. No regrets? No, I'm glad I came. I'm kind of sad that it's over, but I'm also happy that I'll be home soon. And I can't wait for you to get back. Though I've got to ask, you didn't hook up with any of your hot teammates. Who said they were hot? I know your luck. You probably had 3 of the hottest guys on your team. I couldn't actually deny that. Well, anyway, there's just today, and then I'll be back home tomorrow. Missed me? You know I did. When you return, I'll have your favorite movie and 2 cartons of ice cream waiting. We can have a girls' night and just catch up. That sounds great. I talked to Mira a bit longer before we said our goodbyes, and I went back to packing. Once I was done, I glanced at the clock and let out a sigh. It was time to get ready for the ball. When it was time, a servant knocked on my door to escort me to the ballroom. All right. As I walked through the corridors, I couldn't help but remember the excitement of the last 2 weeks. I'm really going to miss this place. As the doors opened, I was met with the now familiar sight of the crowd of beautifully dressed people milling around. I looked around for my teammates. I spotted Mr. Bandages leaning against a wall, and Mr. Wolf blushing furiously in the middle of a crowd of women. And as for the Count, couldn't see him anywhere. I walked over to Mr. Bandages. So where's the Count? I didn't think he'd missed the ball.
Just because you can't see him doesn't mean he isn't around. This place is huge.
I guess you're right. Okay. Oh, that's not him. The light suddenly dimmed as a spotlight illuminated on a single figure, Eric.
Good evening to all of my guests. I would once again like to thank all of you for attending this event of mine. It wouldn't have been the same without every single one of you here. I'd also like to thank my staff for being so understanding and working so hard, ensuring the games ran as smoothly as they did. Schmoozely? Now, as some of you have already figured out, this is the last annual Valdemar Spooktacular that I will be hosting. A murmur ran through the crowd. I looked up at Mr. Bandages to see his unhappy, silent expression. It's truly been an honor for me. If anyone else wishes to pick up the tradition, by all means do so. Invite me and I'll gladly join in the games. Just don't ask me to host them. Humorous laughter ran through the crowd. I'm afraid I've gotten too old for this. Well, that's enough of that. Please, everyone enjoy this final night. I will announce the winner of this year's games in a few hours. Happy Halloween, everyone. I left Mr. Bandages to grab a plate of food. I was halfway through filling my plate when a familiar voice called out my name. Oh, hello.
Miss Archer, there you are. I was afraid I wouldn't see you today.
Well, it's easier to recognize you in this outfit than a yukata and mask, Ice Queen.
It's the last day. I'm pretty sure Eric won't mind you using my name. It's not like it makes any difference anymore.
I guess.
I can keep calling you Miss Archer if you like, though.
No, Funky's fine.
You seem kind of down.
I'm sad that it's over, that's all.
To be honest, so am I. Eric's games are always a nice distraction.
Yeah. So do you think your team will win?
No, not in the least.
You're being quite pessimistic, aren't you?
No, I'm being realistic. I know the total my team has, and it's not nearly enough to stand a chance at winning. What about your team?
I don't know. I guess we need to wait and see.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm cheering you on.
Thanks.
Oh, that reminds me. I had a talk with Eric about you.
You did?
He says that you're an amazing cook. I have to admit that I'm jealous that you cooked for him first, but I'm also dying to taste something you've made.
He's just exaggerating.
Eric is a food connoisseur. He's got the best chefs in the world on his payroll and only ever hires the best for events. If he says your cooking is amazing, then he means it.
Oh.
So, let's set a time and date for when you can treat me to a special feast too. Without Eric, of course.
Of course. I owe you that recipe for that recipe book. I smiled at her before we put our heads together to figure out a convenient date and place for both of us. We just settled on one when Memories, Osiria's ringtone, started to play.
Impatient.
I was surprised by the fondness she put into that one word as she answered the phone.
What happened to not calling today? Didn't you say there was no point because I'd be home tomorrow? Ah, I see. So the head butler asked you to. Any particular reason? Did he seriously say you were darkening the corridors with your moping? I'm sad to have missed that. True, I did actually. I met someone very special and I'd just finished making plans to see them again when you phoned. Isn't this an odd time for you to decide to do laundry? Come to think of it, since when do you do laundry? Okay then, I won't keep you from your sheets. I miss you too. Don't stay up too late folding your sheets. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
She cut the call before looking at her phone with a contemplative expression.
I give it 5 minutes. Knowing him, he'll call back in 5 minutes.
Ah.
And when he does, I'm probably going to need to be in private while he freaks out. Oh well.
That bad, huh? You have a high-maintenance pet?
The payoff is worth it. Still, I should probably get going now. Good luck with the competition.
We said our goodbyes and she left. I finished eating before returning to Mr. Bandage's side to wait for the announcement of winners. I kept looking around for Mr. Wolf and the Count, but couldn't see them. Still, I was sure Mr. Wolf was in the middle of a huge crowd of girls. After a while, the lights began to dim and the spotlight shone on Eric. A hushed silence descended through the room as everyone waited in anticipation for the winners to be announced. It's finally time for what you've all been waiting for. I know you've all worked hard and soon you'll know if it paid off. But first, let's reveal the prizes. The first prize is a one-of-a-kind set of jewelry fashioned by upcoming jewelry maker of the year, Renault. Next is a Lambo Veno. For those of you who aren't car enthusiasts, it's a very limited edition car capable of amazing speeds. There's also an all-expenses paid trip for 4 to the Maldives, I never knew how to pronounce that, for 2 weeks. The tickets are transferable, so they can be given away as gifts if the winners aren't interested. And lastly, there's a magnificent frame painting of Kippy, painted by yours truly. The crowd groaned loudly at this. Okay, I kid. I didn't paint it. It was painted by an up-and-coming artist, though. Now remember, all 4 of these prizes go to the winning team to divide however they wish. Okay, and the winners are... Mr. Tentacles, Miss Star, the Onion, and Little Bo Peep. Oh, I didn't win. Congratulations. Give it up for them, everybody. The crowd burst into applause, even as Mr. Bandages and I shared a look. We lost to a tentacle monster. We lost to a tentacle monster, a vegetable, a massive hot gas, and a little girl. Yep. Could have been worse, though. How? We could have lost to the superheroes group. Ah, yes, the scrawny men in tights. Point taken. Well, there's nothing more left for me here, so I'm just going to go back to my room. I think I'll do the same. I've got a long flight tomorrow. Well, that was lame. A few weeks passed since I returned home, and I finally settled back into my old routine. The entire trip seemed like one strange dream, but a good dream nonetheless. I met wonderful people, and I got to try delicious food. All in all, I consider that a win. I was startled out of my thoughts by the sound of someone knocking on the door. Mira, could you get that? I'm almost ready.
What am I, your butler?
Despite saying that, Mira still went to answer the door. Oh shit, a few moments later, Osiria followed Mira into the dining room while a handsome young man trailed behind them. Also, I forgot how good this girl looked, man. Why wasn't she in more of the game, dude? I like her. I like her a lot, actually. Just everything about her. I like that long I like the color of her hair. I like how long her hair is. I like the color of those eyes. Just everything about that just looks good. Anyway, young man must be her butler.
It's good to see you again, Funky. The food smells delicious.
Allow me, my lady. The young man pulled out a seat for Osiria and pushed it in once she seated before going to stand off to the side. Mira and I sat down as well, but couldn't stop glancing at the young man.
Do sit down, Varen. You're making our host nervous.
There's plenty of food for you as well, so please join us. The young man seemed startled for a moment before making a beeline for the chair closest to Osiria. Right away, milady. It's an honor to...
Eat, Varen. Or Varen, whatever.
Of course, milady. He took a tentative bite of the food.
Oh wow, this is delicious. In fact, I think I could give the mansion chef a run for his money.
All the pretext of formality gone, Varen dug in and began to polish the food off his plate with gusto. That's a word this person liked to use in this writing, didn't they? Gusto. I watched as Osiria ate at a much more sedated pace while keeping her amused eyes locked on Varen. When we were all done eating, Varen apologized for behaving in such an unbutler-like way, despite us assuring him that it was fine.
Oh, one last thing before I leave, Funky. Did you know that restaurant downtown with the red and black exterior?
Yeah, it's a pretty fancy place.
Well, I'm in need of a head chef for it, and would be extremely honored if you would consider filling that position.
Are you serious? But I'm just a lowly kitchen hand, and...
I assure that if you want the job, the other kitchen staff will do everything in their power to assist you in making more meals like this one. To be honest, I worry about the taste buds of those at your workplace if they haven't realized what talent they have on their hands.
But Milady is right. It's a waste of your talent to turn down the offer.
See, I've been telling you for years how good your cooking is. Telling everyone...
Wait, let me rewind that.
See, I've been telling you for years how good your cooking is. Don't miss this opportunity. Not when you've wanted this for so long.
But head chef?
I wouldn't be offering it if I didn't believe you could do it, and do it well. Trust me when I say that I don't offer jobs to just anybody I meet. She's not thinking clearly. Let me accept it on her behalf. Mira! Great, when can she start? Her current employment needs 2 weeks' notice, so... Alright, I'll be in touch with the details.
Osiria shot a look at her watch.
Now I really have to leave, but it was wonderful seeing you again, Funky. Mira, it's always a pleasure.
Likewise. Wait, what do you mean always a pleasure? I watched in stunned silence as Osiria and Varen left as though they hadn't just rocked my world apart. Wow, really? That's the game? I can't help but think I got a bad ending. Anybody else think I got a bad ending? I think I got a bad ending. The only reason I say that is because A, I didn't win, and B, I didn't end up with one of the dudes. I think maybe I stayed a little bit too neutral the whole time. So we just... Oh god, we got a sing-along song playing right now. But anyway, I'm going to ignore it while I talk over it. Yeah, so that was actually kind of a cool game. I like that the minigames are mixed in, even if they were very primitive. It was kind of a cool little change-up of the old curveball. I was a little mad at that stupid remember the, or whatever, pick the differences or whatever one. Spot the difference. I don't understand what the fuck that was about. I think that plus the couple of games that I did bad on. Like, how come I got 1 point on that one thing where I was supposed to be escaping? How come I only got 1 point on that? And, like, obviously that early game where I was supposed to do the sliding puzzle, I think I just took too long. But that's just a matter of me being dumb. And, like, that's a good one to start off with, because if you don't do well on it, then you can just restart the game easily. But anyway, point is, I actually liked the style of this game a lot. The characters were interesting, and the dialogue was mostly well written, other than some weird words that they like to use over and over again, like gusto and
was the other one that was weird that they used a bunch. I was thinking of it every time I said it too. I can't even remember what it was now. They just said it there at the end too, and I forgot what it was. Point is, it was good. I had fun. I like the style of it. The art was pretty good. Yeah, especially for being an indie free game, it's pretty not bad. Not bad at all. And yeah, again, I can't help but think I got a bad ending because I didn't end up with one of the dudes, or at least, you know, have a romantic moment with one of them. I think I fucked up. I think I stayed too neutral, like I said. I think the way you don't stay neutral is to like focus on one of the guys the whole time, maybe, and then actually win, and then whichever one you have the most favor with, you'll pick them. I don't. That's how I imagined it, anyways. So either way, that's Halloween Otome, guys. Thanks you for hanging out on this day of Fappy February. And next time I'll see you on, or actually next time, tomorrow, I'll see you for another one. So, yeah. Peace out.